Welcome to Boxing Fans Talk TV. I'm your host, TDT. You can refer to me as Miss T. What we gonna do today? We gotta talk about this fight that just had happened this weekend. Let's turn to. Welcome back. It's Boxing Fans Talk TV. I'm your host, TDT. You can refer to me as Miss T. To all my Facebookers, thanks for watching. Love you guys. But this is what I want y'all to do. Stop what you're doing. Go into YouTube and bring up Boxing Fans Talk TV and see the live icon, hit that, and then come on into the chat. Um, you can participate in the chat, or you could call in at 706-804-4449. That's 706-804-4449. Or you can beam in, which is like saying FaceTime. I put the link in the chat as always at the start of the show. And I hope you guys had a nice weekend. I did. I did experience my usual. Um, I had got a what you call it, allergic reaction, and I had to. I was late to my show on Sunday because I had to find my medicine, put it together, and take my little combination pack. Or if I couldn't find it, I would have had to go to the ER. But I wanted to let everybody know on my Sunday show. If you don't ever see me in here, it's probably because I'm sick. Just an emergency could have came up. But normally, I don't interfere with this schedule. But as I said, if I'm sick and I got to go to the ER, there's nothing I can do about it. So, uh, thank God that the medicine I took worked. And but I was doozy while I was on the show, but we powered through it, and hopefully everybody enjoyed themselves and got some good content. But anyway, y'all know what we're gonna do. It's a water check. A water check. I'm slacking on my pimping today. I had 5 bottles of water. 5 times 8 is 40 ounces. I'm slacking. Salute to the king. Demetrius Bright was popping. Uh, so I'm kind of slacking on that. Salute to the king. Henley was popping. He says good evening. Uh, Demetrius is at 77 ounces. Like I said, today I'm slacking. Some of the medicine I had to take yesterday was steroids. So I did get chicken wings. I ain't gonna front on you. I told you I will be transparent and upfront with you. I had to get them. I was hungry. Like that medicine makes me extremely hungry. So I got some chicken wings and I still drank my water or whatever, but that was about it. Like I don't do fries. I ain't do nothing extra. I did want some tomato soup, but Panera Bread was closed. So that's all I wound up eating was some chicken wings and that was that. But that hunger, I can't even describe it when I take that medicine. Like it's beyond me. You know what I'm saying? So that's good. That Demetrius, that you had 77 ounces. How was your first day, Demetrius, on your journey? So chime in. I want you to talk more about it on Sunday shows, but at a certain time you're gonna like tell us everything. But like we are still drinking our water, trying to reach 100 ounces per day, and we are no dairy at all. That means cheese and especially eggs. I know eggs is a protein, but I include it with dairy. Henley is already up to a 1 gallon. Had to struggle today. Wow, that's a lot. But shit, if that's your struggle, I want to be on your level. You said Demetri said it went with the exception of the meat. Yeah. So um, you know, yeah, we're not eating meat too, but we do allow for chicken. If you're doing this journey on like I want to say like a lower level, but any improvement is a gain. So we are not eating meat, and the only two meats that I said we could eat was tuna fish and chicken. If you're going to eat a meat in your life, they recommend eating a some type of fowl, which means some type of bird. So I know when I go back to eating, I'm just going to be eating either turkey or chicken. Those are my preferred birds to eat. I like tuna fish. I have no reactions when I eat tuna fish. I rarely have a reaction when I eat chicken. It's the seasoning on the chicken that can get me, popping off. But usually I have no reaction. And I can eat tuna without mixing it with mayonnaise. Very easy. So, and I could just put salt and pepper on my tuna. People have suggested tuna steak, and so I've never eaten a tuna steak, but if it's tuna fish, then hey, I can eat it. I don't do no other seafood because when I eat it, I have been known to wind up in the emergency room. In the last 4 or 5 years, I can eat crab legs. All my life, I couldn't eat no seafood but tuna fish. And so now, I can add crab legs to that. And by the way, if that's something y'all want to eat, some crab legs, by all means, because it's not a high calorie meal. You know what I'm saying? It's really not. I don't think it does any damage to eat crab legs, but I would not go far with the seafood. It's still the thing of if it has eyeballs and the spine and has feelings, you shouldn't eat it. Period. Demetri said I had turkey meat and chicken breast. Those are preferred meats. Eric Gomez is in the building. What's popping, King? He said I had chicken wings and legs this weekend for the fights. Yes, yes, indeed. That sounds like a good meal. You say you love seafood. Well, Eric, it depends on what you're trying to look for. We would love to get to ideally a point where we do not eat meat. Period. We're not supposed to. But, we are used to what we used to. And it's really hard to stop doing what you have grown accustomed to. It's hard to change your mind. Or, like they always say, some people it's hard to go backwards. That's the saying. Some people just can't go backwards. And I believe in that. And so, because I know for me, oof, once I get a taste of something and I like it, because my palate, I have not been able to enjoy food like everybody else because everything affects me. So a lot of people say, "Have you tried this? Have you tried that?" I be like, "No." Are you gonna try it? No, I don't do no adventures or no trying of this and trying. I stick with what I know because when I do it, I'm in the emergency room, so it doesn't benefit me to do extra stuff. Eric says for your tuna, what I do is add crystal hot sauce or Tajin salt to give it some zest. Sounds good. And that's another thing about me because I know people be tired of suggesting shit to me. Do you know that I cannot eat spices? I don't do no spices. I can't do it. I don't go to the emergency room, but I have never been a person. I don't even know. I know what hot sauce smells like, but I don't know what it tastes like because I can't handle the spices. When I was a kid, I could not eat pepper on anything. Like it was spicy to me. Now that I'm this age, I can add pepper, and I be liking it. But I don't know what that is because I know as a baby, your taste buds or your taste is very sensitive. You know, you can taste things way more. Then as you get older, your taste buds deadens or dulls. But for me, it was just weird. I didn't start off trying to be anti anything. I was trying to eat like everybody else, but everybody else can eat and then go on with their day and have a regular day and be happy and go out to the store, to the club, or to wherever. Me, I'm in the bed like crying and what's wrong with me? I don't know what's wrong. And then as I keep getting older, it's like, oh shit, I gotta go to the doctor. I'm about to die. But I can't handle spices, like nothing spicy. But that do sound good. I believe y'all when y'all say the spice wakens up the food, it just makes it pop. But I have never been able to handle it. Being real transparent here, for me, what I can't handle about the spices is when you gotta go to the bathroom. I'm not trying to be gory or nothing, but that's what it is for me. That's the part that really make me say hell to the no. He said, "Oh yeah, my bag, no problem, King. If I have to go to the bathroom, and I'm talking about, number two, it's not good. It's not good. You talking about pain and chafe, and I mean, I hate to say it like that, but it it, it it's an allergic reaction, but it's an allergic reaction to my skin down there. It becomes raw and everything. That's some painful stuff. So I don't do spices. I don't even know if I can handle it in my chest, but I've gone this long without doing that. So it's not something I could just pick up. But it wasn't nothing that I just outright didn't like. I try to do something. The smell of hot stuff pushes me back before I can even taste it. That's why I say I don't know what hot sauce and all that tastes like. Because the smell alone burns the hell out my nose. I don't know what the hell that is. But I know over time you could change. Let's just like I said, I couldn't eat nothing but tuna fish all my life. Um, but then here in the last 4 years, when it comes to seafood, I can eat crab legs. I don't know where that came from. I instinctively knew. How people eat crab legs around me all the time. And I sat there and I said, "Can I get some?" I don't know who house I was over or who crab legs I was eating, but I got a piece and I was like, mm. Now it was burning my lips, and my lips just from the seasoning, it swelled just a little bit in the inside, but it didn't get outrageous. I'm also that person that got to take an EpiPen everywhere I go because I just never know. Eric Gomez said, I hated cheese and dairy as a kid, but by 10 years old, I got into cheese via cheeseburgers and beans and cheese and burritos. Yeah, and you know what, Eric? If you look at kids, if you really want to know how we supposed to eat, now it's not an absolute because you will have some kids out there who will engage in meat like early on, like they're eaters, they're foodies, as we say. But if you look at the average kid and look at what they run to and what they prefer, they will never really run to meat. They eat chicken nuggets, and that's to say they do like meat or will like meat. But my kid, I had to if I gave her meat, she could not look at the meat and tell it was an animal. That's she ain't eating it. She was particular. Like she will ask me for um like a SpongeBob Adore popsicle, like the little ice cream things, and I get it for her, and then I'd be like, "Go ahead and eat it." She would look at me like, "No, I can't kill them." I was, I was like, "But you just asked me for it," and I had to realize it was a caricature of them, and that's what she wanted it for. But she wouldn't eat. Like if I made chicken, I better not give it to her on the bone. I better pull that chicken off piece by piece and lay it on the table, pull the skin and everything. That's the only way she would eat it. But for a long time, I'm like, what? But she loves spinach. and she loved fruits, and she was a water drinking ass. I mean, to the point it was irritating because at certain point you got to stop giving them liquids. So I'm thirsty. I'm thirsty. I'm thirsty. And it's 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock. I'm like, girl, hell no. Cause you ain't having no accident. I ain't got time for that tonight. But she would drink water. My niece was like that too. Butters daughter, just like that. I'm thirsty. I'm thirsty all day. And we was kids. I remember we must have said it too, because my mama said, drink water. I'm like, can I get some Kool-Aid? Nah, drink water. She would make us drink water all day. So if you look at children, I'm talking about little children, like just be observant of them when they can start walking and eating table food, and watch what they run to and watch what they prefer. They will not run to meat. They won't. If you think about it, when you first start giving them food, it's puree food, right? But it's peas, carrots, apricots, sweet potato, and nothing in there is meat. I can't think of no baby food that comes from meat. And that's what they eat for a minute. And then they start eating what you eat off the table. And we are the ones that push it on them. And so, going forward, I mean, I think about these things when I come up with these ideas, or how I should approach healthiness. But again, you can get to a point in your life where that's all you have, and that's all you have to do, or you don't have no choice but to do it that way. So I ain't want to talk too in depth, because that's what Sunday is for. But I do want to check in. I always want to mention we do our water challenge or water journey or water campaign. I will always advocate for water. I think it helps us. It flush out toxins. And I'm slipping on my pimping. I'm going to try to rectify it. I might not reach my goal today, but after all, tomorrow is another day. In my Vivian Lee voice. And so when you fall off, get back on the horse. That's it. When you fall down, get back on the bike. That's it. And so you take it step by step, minute by minute, hour by hour, or whatever. You just stay committed to doing what you know you got to do. And that's hard. That is very hard. That's hard for me, especially when you get all busy and you get to moving around and do this, that, and the other. Also, sleep is very important that you get your sleep. Nothing works without proper sleep. So, but don't be surprised when you go on the journey of detoxing your system and stuff, that your sleep patterns change. Meaning, you think you a person that need 8 hours sleep. You don't know what you need until you put yourself in that predicament. And I found out that I'm a person who can function off of 4 hours of sleep. That's all I need. When I'm at my healthiest, all I need is 4 hours of sleep. I can be up 20 hours a day and just have 4 hours of sleep. That's all. But it has to be real sleep, meaning you going through the sleep phases. And there are sleep phases like REM 1, 2, 3, 4. Those are like, like I said, if you want to take up a class and learn or read on your own what the sleep phases is, you can, but they are important. I'm not talking about cat naps. They won't work. You need to totally recharge your body, reboot your body, and you'll burn the most calories when you sleep than you'll do all day. Like, just real talk, So sleep is important, and if you don't have the proper sleep, whatever you're trying to do is going to derail. If you don't drink the proper amount of water, whatever you do is going to derail. Eric Gomez said, I incorporate sparkling water to substitute for soda and fruit drinks. So Des was on our show, I want to say yesterday too. And she was saying that she drinks lemon water. She gets up in the morning and she drinks lemon water. And so she'll cut up the lemon. She was telling us how to make it. She also do key lime or lime water. And I was saying I was gonna buy these, little tumblers or whatever where I can make these fruit drinks. where I'm dumping the fruit in there and just let it sit. And I know I've heard it before, and people say you let the fruit sit in there for at least a day, and then like you come back. But I'm like, from what I'm told, it is good, good, good. So if it's that good, shit, what if you drank it all and then you gotta make a new batch and let it sit for a couple of days? So in essence, are you drinking that kind of water every, so many days? But that's what she was saying, Eric. She said lemon water is good. She said key lime or lime, like, you could do that too. Um, she was talking about sea moss, and I said, hell to the no, not for me. I barely eat anything out the sea. I'm not gonna start trying new products. So yeah, but as long as it's natural and it came out the ground and fell off a tree, I'm all ears. I try to investigate um, different foods for their healing properties, you know, because I already, the damage is done on me. So I'm at the point where I have to maintain what I got or don't let what I got get worse. So that's what I mean by, if you're young enough to reverse anything, you should go ahead and do it now. But if you wait till the damage is done, then you're gonna have to live with that. And sorry I missed the boat. I gotta live with it. So that's all. Water challenge. Demetrius, you doing good. Henley, you doing good. Eric, did you tell me how much water that you had today? Shout out to y'all for drinking y'all water. But it was a weird weekend. It was a weird weekend. I told y'all, I kept hearing about Jamal James, Jamal James, Jamal James. And I knew Jamal James, but not by his name. I used to watch him, like I try to watch his fights, so I would come across his fights, and I was like, okay, I like how this guy fight. He was awkward looking. Like if you start watching him fight, you wouldn't bet on him. Eric Gomez said, I had a few glasses so far of water. It's all good, King. Just keep on trucking with it. Just keep on plugging in. So I would look at this guy fight and I would say, damn, this man is awkward. He gonna get his ass whooped. But he will always win the fight. And I was like, okay, this is weird because he has a style that you necessarily wouldn't purposely train somebody in the gym. Not that he don't know the fundamentals. To me, it's his positioning. I don't know about how y'all felt, but for me, it was his positioning. And I was like, oh man, why is he standing like that? Why is his back like? Do he got a humpback or? And I mean that respectfully. All of us can develop that. By the way, you have to see your chiropractor to make sure your back ain't doing it. I was just looking. I was like, what in the hell? And because the way he stand, I didn't know if it was because he was too thin or whatever. But I never knew him by his name, which is weird. I should have, but I always watch with interest. And then I hear his name, but I don't see no face. Like when other people talk about him, Jamal James this, Jamal James that, and I'm like, who the fuck is Jamal James? So I guess gotta watch him. And then when I see his picture, I said, oh man, I've been watching him. Okay, okay. And truth be told, I was going for him, but it definitely wasn't his night. I'm not making no excuses. I'm gonna be objective as possible. I feel bad that he did not win because they got that box off now. And looking at Butev, um, I can honestly say I don't know, but I feel like your Danish Ugas ain't gonna have that belt for long. Just saying, because that was the first part of the box off. Now I can't remember if they said all of those fighters have to fight twice in their box off before they get to the area where they're going for the belt. I don't know how true it is, but it should a box off should be an eliminator. So I don't know. I know that when WBO first came out and said they're gonna have these box off, they were saying it's just gonna be an eliminator. But I heard somewhere that they're gonna um they're gonna try to have, like, it's because it's only four of them, that they fight twice. Now, Ugas has written to everybody or pleaded his case on social media, how he's disgusted with the turn of events that has him in a box off, that he and Earl Spence was trying to make a fight, and they doing him dirty. And so they're preventing him from making the most money he can make and doing what he want to do with his career. He has done everything. He's complied. He's worked with them within their rules. He did everything. And for them to put him in this box off against his will, it was kind of crazy. What they should have did was had a box off with everybody under him. Like, just take the rest of those um welterweights and just have them box it off to see who could be the possible next opponent for the champion, but allow the real solidified champion, which is Ugas right now, to do his thing. Here's a man, he's probably, in thus far in the last however many years, he's probably the only man that I've seen where he wins a champion outright, the championship outright, and he don't get to do not one. His first act ain't even his own. Reggie Bell in the building was popping king. He said, "What's up, Queen?" So isn't that weird? Like, I can't think of a time when somebody became champion and they did not get first dibs at what they want to do. They treating this dude like he ain't even a champion. And that's what got Ugas upset. And the best thing Ugas can do is to go ahead and win all these fights. But Ugas has to face Stanionis by March. Is it by March? I believe by March. They have to have that fight on deck. You know what I'm saying? That means they could do a fight by January or whatever, get it over with. Now, here's what I see happening. I've seen Stanionis fight. I think it would come down to Stanionis and Butab. I don't think I don't think that Ugas can handle that pressure. I don't think. I hope he can. He is a pure boxer. I take nothing from Ugas, but I don't think he on that type of level to handle the pressure that Stanionis gonna bring to him. And it sounds like to me either the sanctioning bodies or some entity wants Stanionis or Butab to be having the belt. Because right now, the way it looks in the welterweight, go by what we actually see and what we actually know, you have Bud Crawford holding a title belt. You have Errol Spence holding two title belts. And you have your Danis Ugas holding the other. Now, what's common about all three of those men? What's common? Reggie Bell said was good with the Tank fight. They saying it might be canceled, and after this fight, Tank may leave TMT. That would be hot news, huh? I don't know, but I'll get to it. I'll get to it. But you got three black top tier fighters holding belt titles, and right now, this country, even the spirit of this country, you know, blacks being the lead in anything is like hurting. It's butt hurting to some people. You know, what they doing to Ugas, they haven't done to nobody else that I seen. They just don't want it to be always the top black fighters. And if those guys, and I'm not saying it's the guys, the actual fighters who's probably spearheading this or want this, it's the powers that be that seem like to me. Why wouldn't you let this man Ugas get his just due? Why do he have to participate in y'all's reindeer games? So you're preventing this man from making a living the way he feel he has earned and deserved. And that's not fair. But I mean, it's nothing we can do. I can only report on what it looks like to me. If you guys want to chime in, um, anybody from Facebook who want to chime in, the number's at the bottom, 706 804 4449. And make sure the phone lines are open. They are. Um, and I'll keep putting the link in the chat if anybody want to jump in. So again, I'm just looking at it like, what? You know, I can see, and it's not racism for me to think that the black guy is supposed to hold the belt. Because I'm telling you, Bootav put on a performance. Shout outs to him. He did what he was supposed to do. I will say that Bootav has a lot of dirty tactics, but I'm not gonna get up here and cry a river because Wolf Fighter don't. You know, it was for the ref to call it. The ref just didn't call it for whatever reason. You know, I'm not in agreement with you grabbing somebody, putting their head there and hitting at the same time. There's times when he grabbed them under the head, and you could tell he was gripping and he was throwing punches at the same time. I'm not for that. That's a form of cheating. But you know, fighters would do it if they can get away with it. It's what I say. Like I watch many Floyd fights. When Floyd throw his punch and he come, you know, just he acting like the momentum is carrying the punch, and then somehow or another he throws that elbow. Fighters do it all the time. You know, that's not the type of cheating that's gonna have me jumping and screaming from my chair because it could happen. The ref was supposed to secure that and he didn't. And I'm not mad with the ref because the ref was on the other side. I think that ref was he was a little bit involved more than some other refs and he was trying to do right, but you know, the ref can't see everything. So Butav kept doing what he could do and the ref actually took a point from him for some of his dirty tactics. But Butav looked at it like it's a fight. But as soon as he got in there, um, James, Jamal James, when he has like a fragile look, and I say that with all due respect. Watching me, King, I say that with all due respect. You have like a fragile look, and it's the way you position your body. It just don't seem like it's feasible that you're really planted in when where you stand. You seem like you you barely standing up, and then when you throw a punch, I don't want to say you was taking a picture, but you kept turning. You know, some of them shots that you took in the back of your head, I wouldn't doubt that Butap did it on purpose, but you set it up for him to do it. You know, in a sense, you kept turning and setting it up so that he could swing for it, and he had what Butav had because of your movements was plausible deniability. He is a he does tactically fight dirty, but you gave him as an opponent plausible deniability. That means he could say, I wasn't trying to hit his head, it was the way he was turning. I wasn't trying to push him down. He kept ducking down. I didn't know if he was going for my legs. I was kind of like pushing him out the way. This is what your movements, Jamal James, was doing in regards to your opponent. Your opponent was doing dirty tactics, but you set it up pretty for him to get away with it. Also, we heard in the corner that Jamal James had said something to the effect that they asked him what's wrong, and they said, "Oh, my legs." So you know, hey, the first uh, attribute, you know, the most important attribute a boxer can have is his legs. This is not the hands, it's the legs. Hold on, Coach G is chiming in. So let me see. Um, we haven't heard from Coach G in a minute. Hold on, y'all, 1 second. I wanted to hear from Coach G when Shakur Stevens and them. Like, you want in? So yeah, so he was something was going on with him. Like he was tired. Coach, we value Coach G opinion over here. Oh, Coach G want to come in, y'all. So that'd be a treat. Okay, let me see if I can send him the. Let's get that straight. Cause we, like I said, we value Coach G over here. That's my pastor. Just joking. Tell him I sent the link. And if y'all want to jump in, y'all can. Y'all can as well. So I'm gonna put the link in the chat again too. But yeah, there was something, in my opinion, that was off with Jamal James. I don't think that was his night. Like he said, it wasn't his night. He was gracious in defeat. Um, I don't know if they would have had this box off, would he be in this predicament? But we don't want a cake for fighters, even if we like them. We want the best to fight the best. And buddy, what's popping? What's popping? Coming in here, Coach D, you in here? Well, he's up and running. We don't. You probably mute yourself. We can't hear you. Unmute. Can you hear? I don't know why my is coming. Okay, hold on. Oh, bear with me. Coach C, come back in. Not sure. No. Hello? Coach C, go out and come back in. Sign all the way out and come back in. I'm gonna send the invite again to you. You came up, but somehow or another my audio was going into yours. But Coach G, do know you always welcome up in here. You ain't even gotta. You got the key, dog. You got the key. But let me see. Did you go out and come back in? Something. Let me call him on the phone. But yeah, there was something wrong with Jamal James. I don't know if he was tired. What did he get into? That week leading up, did he get proper training? Was the box off a surprise to him? Yeah. Hey, Coach G. Yeah. I see that you signed in, but yeah, I was trying to get my mic on. Oh, okay. Let me see something. Okay. Can you hear me on it now? Nah, I don't hear you in here. Cause it seemed like I was talking through your avatar. Okay, hello. Yeah, we miss you, dude. You don't never need to ask to come in here. Just let me know when you got time. Can you hear me now? I can hear you through my phone. I can't hear you through okay, Skype. You might have to sign out and come back in. Guys. Yep. Say something. Hello. Hello. Coach C. It went out. tell you all that it. Okay, thanks y'all for bearing with us for a second. We're trying to get Coach G up in here. But
But
damn.
damn.
Hold on, I'm gonna remove him. Text me when you're ready, Coach G. But yeah, so his legs and like I was saying, there was something off about him. His positioning did not do him well. And this guy was so much shorter than him. Like all that leaping, I look, I know that some people do it. I know Pacquiao do it, but you would not formally train somebody to leap and punch. You guys got Coach G. He's a trainer for real,
For
for real.
real.
Hey,
Hey,
Coach.
coach.
Damn.
Damn.
Let
Let
me
me
see.
see.
Let
Uh,
me see him again. Damn. Hey. Yeah. My audio's still coming through there. I don't know if you need to go all the way back out.
I'm gonna get ready to try it on my phone. I was on his laptop. My son gave me some laptop,
Yeah.
and I don't know how he got this thing set up. So let me try to do it on my phone. Send it to me in my text on my phone. How do I do it on my text? I just go into the YouTube.
It's gonna go through the email. Can you get your email through your phone?
Yeah.
Well, use the same link that I sent. I sent you two of them.
Okay. Let me go. I hit you up.
All right. Okay. Bye bye. So yeah. So in the end, let me kick this from me. That's not what I want to do. Um, let me see. Okay. No, that's. I don't know what it's gonna do if I hit that button. But anywho, Jamal's legs was not there, and it makes me wonder: did he get the memo late for the box off? Did he had was he at a deficit? Did he have to lose more? In training, was all he doing was losing weight? He definitely got heart, but I take nothing away from Butab because Butab went in there and did what he's supposed to do. He's unusually strong. I look at a fight like Butab, like what if he had to fight people like Boost Ennis or really like Errol Smith, Errol Spence. I said Smith. Lord have mercy. Errol Spence. Like Butaf is a strong guy, but that leaping shit, that's dangerous. But it wasn't dangerous to him. He had the deuce in his head that he can leap on Jamal, and he was scoring that wheel. So either Jamal was wore the hell out. I don't know. I've never seen him beat up like that because he's an awkward fighter. And that's not to say like terrible fighter, but he's awkward because he's a thin guy. He's 6 feet tall. Most welterweights are not that tall. And just his positioning, like his back. He's always seemed like he got his back to you. He kept turning around. He seemed really, really, really tired. These are not excuses. And he's a great champion. He didn't use them as an excuse. He actually was like he was the better man, and he gave the shout outs to Butaf. Like I say, he was gracious in defeat. He's an excellent dude in the ring and outside the ring. And I'm sorry that he lost, but someone right that night, and they don't have nothing to do. I'm not saying that in the thing where I'm alluding to cheating or anything like that. Yes, Butaf fights dirty tactics, but it's those type of dirty tactics that they all do where the ref just have to catch. The ref caught one of it to the point that he deducted a point, but he wasn't catching everything. So does that mean that Butaf's a cheater? No, he come there to fight, and he gonna do whatever it is he can get away with it. Um, it's not brutal or how do his dirty tactics are not the kind that'll have you jumping out your seats. When I be like, ref, this fight ain't even on the up and up. I don't like this motherfucking fight. Shit ain't going right. When people like low blows, clipping up somebody, doing stuff like that, poking in their eye, putting stuff in your gloves, skinning your gloves, whatever you're doing to get the leverage or the advantage. Shit like that would have me jumping out my seat. But grabbing somebody's head and pushing it down, especially when they're giving you their head to be pushed down, the choking thing, they all have done that. It don't make it right just because they all do it. The ref did the best they could. Butev, he can be a dirty fighter, but the ref has to catch it. Because there's a time he got behind Jamal and popped him in the face. Now he should just know not to swing. He just should know. But the ref was like, can't do that, player. And he was had that look like, oh, my bad. But Jamal obviously could not handle this man's power. Now, if you think that was bad, y'all wait till Ugas have to fight Stanionis. Because Stanionis is relentless. He comes forward and he ain't giving no kinds of fuck. He's thick like that guy Butev. And he hits hard. So Ugas better have something. Because this ain't Pacquiao. But then can those two guys, Butev and Stanionis, I don't know who they work for. Do they work for Bob? I don't know what their promotional company is, but they're trying to put them in position. Because right now, it would go Earl Spence, Terrence Crawford. If you're just going by wins and stuff like that, I would say Keith Thurman, Sean Porter. No, Danny Garcia, Sean Porter, and Boots, and Virgil, and then as you see, is a lot of African American at the top going down the list, and the powers that be don't want that. I don't care what set you claim or where you come from or what you look like. If you the goods, you the goods. So it don't matter to me that Butab and Stanionis are white. If they the goods, they the goods. Period. Oh, here we go. Coach, what's up? Can you hear me?
I'm here. How you doing?
I'm good. I'm good. How you been?
I'm all right.
What you been up to lately?
Same old, same old. Retired life, boxing.
Did you have any competitions here lately in the last week or two?
No, Caden's supposed to have one this Saturday, but now he got a little cold. I'm not sure if I'm gonna have to cancel or we're gonna ride that one out. I'm gonna
Where
wait and see how he feels tomorrow and Wednesday before I decide.
where is that gonna be located?
Warner Robins.
One of Robbins. Where that's at?
From my understanding, somewhere near Macon.
Hmm. Okay. When do he get to a point where he's fighting in different states all the time?
We're already there.
For real?
Yeah.
What's the different
I
states?
told you we just went down to Florida, but if you're asking, he's not open yet, but it's hard to get fights here, so we was forced to go on the road. I told you he's supposed to be fighting Alabama.
Mm.
I'm waiting to hear back from that on the 13th. And then this weekend supposed to be in Warner Robins. And I told you about when we went down to Florida, they tried to shit us down there in Florida.
Right, right. What is the likelihood of you, or would you even do it? What if you have some openings or opportunities like up in New York or DC, or would you do it, or
The
Washington?
only thing is, it's expensive to do this.
Mm-hmm.
So the further you travel, like ain't nobody paying me. Like this come out of my pocket. I'm financing this. So it costs money when you're traveling like that. So that's the only thing about traveling so far. But eventually we're gonna have to do that. But he's only 11 years old right now.
Right. So have you thought about making a GoFundMe page, or do you got a Cash App?
I thought about it, but I haven't done it yet.
Take your time. I just got on the Cash App train, as y'all see. And
Mm-hmm. No,
it's
I
funny.
have Cash App, but I haven't put it out there for people to make donations and to try to
Yeah.
support.
'Cause, when you go on these channels, um, you know, when you put your name up, like on
Mm-hmm.
your under your avatar,
Mm-hmm.
what I've seen people do is have their name and then a slash in their Cash App, and you let them know what you're trying to do,
Right.
and and hopefully they'll help you. I'll reach out to some of the people I know and say, would you guys mind helping Coach, fulfill his son's dream of traveling and getting in competitions because he stays.
That's what's up, man.
Yeah, we could do that. Y'all agree with that, right, in the chat? Um, so yeah, we could do that because some people, their pages they got more people. Hey, mine's is growing. It's slowly but surely growing.
Right.
They got more people, and so they love you over here. They love what you got to talk about. But we know you're pretty busy. But you get like some of the morning shows. Like you can pick one good morning show, and
Mm-hmm.
then see what's up with that, and then pick a evening show. Like you can still come on my show, and then and through both channels, maybe we can help.
I appreciate that.
All right, but let's then see. We ain't seen you in a minute, so take us all the way back to the fight we was at the Shakur Stevens fight. So, what you wanted to say on that one?
He impressed me a lot. He rose to the occasion, and he exceeded my expectations. He did a lot more than what I thought he was going to do. I thought it was going to be a tough fight for him. I felt like he would win, but I thought Jamel was going to bring a little bit more than that and make the fight a little bit rougher for him, especially to I thought it was going to be. I didn't think it was going to be stopped because Shakur ain't known for no power, and they really was stopped on cuts. But he did daze him and had him staggering around that ring a little bit a few times. But Shakur, like, he exceeded my expectation. He's everything I thought he was up to this point.
Wow. So yeah, I felt the same too because they was like, "What you mean you wanted Jamel to do more, or you thought he was gonna do more?" I'm thinking this man is a Marine. There's no disrespect to him at all. Um, I'm thinking I've been around a lot of Marines. They go hardcore, and I didn't feel that that's what he was doing.
He got outclassed.
So it was the outclassing that
He
made him.
outclassed him all the way around. He beat him on the inside and the outside. I thought Jamel would be a little bit stronger, but when they got in the pocket and it was in close, Shakur was the one manhandling. Like, he was the one that was showed to be the stronger one. He was stronger than Jamel.
Was it me or what? Did you see this too? It seemed like Shakur was a little bigger. He doesn't look like no 130 pounder to me.
I mean, he kind of thick up top in his shoulders and stuff. He got a lot more growing to do. He's just a baby. He's
Mm.
gonna fill out some more, but he definitely was stronger. And that hand speed, man. That hand speed was blinding. Like, Jamel couldn't see anything coming. By the time he saw it was in his face, it was too late. Couldn't get out the way.
We had great seats, but we weren't on like up on the ring or like real close. He hit Heron one time, and you could see the sweat flying off his head. He was, and I mean it was like bow, and you could hear it too. I was like, now I thought that was a hard punch. Birdman said salute at Boxer Fans Talk TV, aka Miss T Queen, and the chat family. I'm listening to the show in my earbuds, but I'm here. What's up, Birdman? What's Poppy King? Yeah, he hit him. And it was like, I don't know, we got some reverb. It ain't good. Hold on. He hit him, and it was like, wow. And I mean, I heard that pop, and when I heard it, I was like, for me, it was the second round going forward. I felt like Shakur took his heart right there, the second round.
He just realized what he had to deal with at that point. Like, that speed was something else, man. And I like the fact that Shakur didn't run. Like, he didn't use a lot of move. He stood right there in front of Jamel. And, like, he didn't go nowhere. He controlled the distance right there, arm's reach. And it was beautiful boxing. That was like high class, high end boxing, man. I really enjoyed that fight.
Yeah, it did seem like to me that Jamel was a bit slower, just in everything.
Right.
Slow to react, slow to punch.
He got outclassed
Yeah,
and thinking. Shakur
yeah,
was out thinking him. He was way 2 steps ahead of him. He was playing chess. He was like, it was nothing Jamel could do. I just thought he was gonna like maybe charge him and rough him up and make it an ugly fight, like wrestle him and tie him up and push him around. But when they tried that, it seemed like Shakur was stronger than him. And maybe that what took him out of that whole mindset. Like, I can't even bully him because this dude is stronger than me.
yeah. So like if they got tussle up, hold on. I guess when I talk, I'm gonna mute you when I talk. Is that better? Let me see. Yeah. I don't know what's going on. I have since bought some new equipment, y'all. It's just gonna take about a week to get here, but y'all work with me because I know was it you, Birdman, who said, "See, every time I unmute you."
My mic is muted.
Oh, okay. I just unmuted you.
Okay.
Um, was it you, Birdman, who said, "Miss T, they stepping over you because they can't hear you or something about the mic?" I think it was either you or Demetrius. They was straight clowning me, right? They won't listen to the shit I was saying because they couldn't hear me. But yeah, he was. I was just shocked. Like it seemed like Shakur was playing along. It seemed like Shakur was trying to get a fight.
Mm-hmm.
Like he was just allowing him to stay around so that he could play with him or get some work in.
No, I don't think he was playing with him. Shakur was. I don't think he was playing with him. He was dead serious, and he handled business, man. Just the look on his face, he was just so determined coming to that ring and the fight. He was like, "I am not leaving here without this belt. You're gonna have to kill me. This belt is mine. I came to take it." And he showed that, man. The boy's a champion.
Maybe this. I've just pressed this button. Maybe to help. I think maybe a little bit. But he said still low. I was it low before just now?
I hear you clear.
Yeah, Demetrius, I had to invest in some more equipment. I have dropped my mixer a couple of times. Never dropped my mic, but I dropped the mixer and it might just be broke. So I was like, I gotta buy a new one. Can y'all hear me clear now? I know you can hear me clear, but can because they tell me it might be low in the chat. I think that was probably at Demetrius right and salute fam. Yeah. But let me know if it go low, y'all, because I'm actually hollering and it's taking some work to be like, I'm hollering. But yeah, it was a good fight. But that's why I felt like he was. I think Shakur could have got him out way before he did.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you saw that, but so to me, that's why I say he kept him around a little. Um, so he said he can hear me clear. Yeah, this mixer is messed up. I'm not trying like my uncle who's into music and he writes music, does music. He was like, you got to spend a lot. I'm like, look, I ain't trying to do all that. This a family show and we not like so I thought he could have got him out there earlier, but it didn't. And that to me, I just attributed that to just his choice.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but he was never scared. He was never in any trouble. I don't even think he really got hit, to be
Not
honest.
cleanly.
Yeah, and Jamel was waiting. Like, and I didn't like that. That's why I said I expected a little more from him. He did a good job. He had all heart, not taking nothing away from him, but he was waiting too much.
But that's what happens when you're outclassed. When the guy's thinking faster than you and he got faster hands than you, it causes you to wait. It causes you to wait. I mean, because when he went first, he'd miss. Every time he went first, Shakur so fast, he counter. He move out the way. So he was trying to counter Shakur. You can't, he's too fast. So it caused you to keep waiting, 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 waiting. And he should have just put his foot on the gas and just, because it was inevitable. He was going to get stopped. He was going to get beat up. His eyes were going to close up. He should have just put his foot on the gas, just made an ugly fight and just roughed him up. But like I said, I think he tried that, and that strength of Shakur was too much. And he just lost. Just it was nothing he could do. He did everything he could do. That what we saw was all he could do. That was it.
Damn. it wasn't it wasn't what I thought it would be. But
Me neither.
he's a good guy and he had heart. Um it wasn't that crowded in that arena, y'all. I think we spoke on it all last week about how crowded it was.
Hmm.
A lot of the fights were pro debuts or beginning exposure to crowds or whatever. Like they were 4 rounders, 6 rounders. A lot of the undercard was like that. I'm not used to seeing a main event like that. Because Shakur is a name, Jamel is a name, and they're champ. They are and were champions,
Hmm.
so they are a name. So I'm expecting the 3 cards, the 3 fights or 2 fights under them that's going to be played on TV to be 10 rounders or 12 rounders as well.
They didn't have the money. That's what I think it was. I think most of the money they didn't have the money to pay a lot of people. And Shakur wanted a decent paycheck, and so Jamel wanted a decent paycheck. So the other guys didn't make that much loot coming in. So if they had bigger names and more people, better fighters, they were more around. That would have been less money going in their pockets. So I think it was a financial decision to be like, hey, we're gonna put these guys on here, and it was decent. It was We saw some knockouts.
Yes, we did.
Yeah.
But we
So
also learned we got to put out there that in Top Rank suck when it comes to promoting some of their fighters, but Top Rank, if you judge him or compare him to the Oscars, De La Hoyas of the world, or Eddie Hearns, or those different promotional companies, even TMT, um, Bob he lets a lot of his black fighters fight.
that's what I was looking for you to say, because it ain't like his fighters. This is black fighters. He don't promote his black fighters. When Lomachenko was fighting, everybody know Lomachenko is fighting. I see his video, his commercials on TV. We know Lomachenko was coming. He don't do his black, his Hispanic and Mexican and European fighters. They get the publicity that they need. It's just the black fighters he don't do that for. He's racist, and he's doing it on purpose because he's been doing it for as long as I've been alive. He's been doing it to black fighters.
Because like he'll have his favorite white fighter, like you said, or he'll have his favorite Mexican fighter, and he needs some black fighters in the stable to be sort of like a buffer zone. He don't be blatant with it like Eddie Hearn, but like if you try to get at Lomachenko, well, no, you can't have that fight with Lomachenko, but you can have this nigga number one. You can have him, and he does that, but then he got to do it in a way that it don't look suspicious or something. You can't blatantly just outright treat Shakur like he a field hand or whatever. You gotta like somewhat give him some props because he's an ex-Olympian, silver medal. Um,
We know this.
yeah,
Bob know this.
but
He goes out and he recruit. They got an ultimate a super recruitment team because for the past 30 years he always recruit the young, fresh, new talent. He always get them. Oscar De La Hoya, Fernando Vargas, uh, Floyd Mayweather, you name them. Just name the guys, man. This guy that has some of everybody. Terrence Crawford. He is good at getting the young, new black talent. He's good at getting snatch those young black guys up, but then he put them on the back shelf. I think he does that to keep the competition from getting them. He go out and he get them, and then he put them on the back burner, and he keep his guys out, his Mexicans and his European guys out in front. That's
yeah,
my opinion.
saying you know how he probably get him. He offer a big sign-in bonus.
Right, and then put them on the shelf.
And black fighters, or if you're listening, or up and coming fighters, y'all gotta be careful of that. It's almost like somebody will say, "What do you want? You want $100,000? You want 2%?" I'm always take 2%. I don't care what the money come out to be.
Mm-hmm.
2% could be 2% for $10. I'm going with the percent regardless because I know if 2% of what is the question, and that could change from day to day. 2% of $10 million. What is that? I don't know because I ain't doing no math in my head right now. But I'm gonna always go with the 2%. You know what I'm saying? Because versus just a straight up flat fee. But you talk about people who are poor and been struggling because You know, that's your son. You training him. When Caden get to the point where he's about to turn pro, Caden ain't gotta beg nobody for a place to stay. You got him. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Caden is a sweet young man, and you ain't gonna have no problems out of him. You just don't just input in him boxing. Caden got to go to school too, and he got
Right. Right. He's an AB student.
yeah. So
Mm-hmm.
if he ain't doing what he supposed to do, daddy gonna take care of that, you know. So you just, you know, it ain't like Caden is gonna be at a loss. You got some kid like Chris, you know, the one that was at the gym with us.
Mm-hmm.
Young Chris had some issues because Chris was, you know, doing he was getting out of pocket here and there. But Chris, now that he's older, I'm sure his dad, like, look, all them damn kids that dude had, I'm sure he said, look, dude, what you gonna do? You going to military, you going to school, what you gonna do? Because you ain't gonna just lay around up in here. So Chris gotta make a decision. You know, some people don't let their kids stay at home. You the type father who will and can do it. But your kids gotta pull that weight too. I know.
Right. Right. And also, Chris don't have that background. A lot of these kids ain't got that background. Like Shakur Stevenson, like my son, been boxing since he was a baby. You know what I'm saying? They grew up boxing. So
Yeah,
by the time they make it to Chris age, they pro. They ready to be pro. You know what I'm
exactly.
saying? By the time my son is 17, 18 years old, if he still has the heart and the mind and the will to do what he's doing now, you know, he should be pro by that time. Those guys are just coming into boxing. Like Chris, he was just coming into boxing at 17, 18 years. No, he was like 16 years old, 16, 17 years old. But it's a big difference when you're 2 and 3 years old and you introduced to the sport. You know,
Right, right. And Chris, sometimes he own it. He definitely got talent, but then sometimes he not on it, you know, life getting away. And that's because like you said, it has to be maturity. I like what you said. If my son still got the heart and mind to want to do it.
yeah, they have to want to do it. You can't make a child fight, man. This ain't like playing football and basketball. This is a different sport to send them out there and take punches. You know what I'm saying? So they have to want to do it themselves.
Oh, what's up, King? Look, Shelton in the building.
Hey,
Coach,
beautiful. How you
Shelton,
doing?
I'm good. Coach G, this is Shelton.
Hey, how you doing?
Eh,
How you doing, Coach?
I'm all right, man.
Hey, Shelton, we letting Coach G cook a little bit because we haven't seen him in a minute. So
Okay.
tight. So, Coach G, moving on. Nico Walsh, what you think? Was it an improvement from the first time?
We still didn't see that much of him. It's over too fast.
He only had 4 rounds. He had 3 knockdowns.
Right. I know. He's fighting weak competition right now. Any of these guys, if I haven't seen him as an amateur career growing up in amateurs, I don't know anything about him. So everything I'm learning about Nico is coming from his professional fight. And I haven't seen enough to like make an accurate assessment of his skills and his talent or anything. They feeding him bums right now. So once he start fighting some better competition, then we're gonna start seeing what kind of holes in his game. You start seeing then, but right now, he's blowing these guys out. He look like Mike Tyson or something. You can't tell until they get better competition.
You know what's weird? This guy that he fought this last time, that guy actually is on his level. It's like they equal. They both had one fight before, and
Mm-hmm.
this was their second pro fight. So they kind of equal. But he blew him out of the water. You know, you're
Yeah, but
right.
I'm saying like that amateur pedigree means a lot. Like you can tell he don't have a lot of amateur fights.
Yeah.
Neither one of them didn't have a lot of amateur fights. Like when you turn in pro when you might have had 5 or 10 or 15 amateur fights and you started at 16, 17 years old, that's a hell of a big difference from a guy who started fighting at 8 years old and got 100 amateur fights. When he turned pro, you're going to see more fluent. Just everything is going to be a lot different.
Right.
So those guys are still raw. They learn on the job.
So you say you basically reserving your opinion for right now.
Right, because I ain't see enough. Mm-hmm.
Who was the other one that came on before him?
What about Evan Holyfield?
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Now go ahead and speak your piece, coach. Go on and put that
You ain't gonna like what I'm gonna say.
nigga. I don't care what you say. Look, I like you to tell the truth.
I'm gonna be honest. I think
Yeah.
that fight was staged, man.
Ooh.
I
Ooh.
really do. That boy was beating his ass.
Say it for the people in the back.
Did you see it? He was beating Evan's ass, and then it like he just dropped his hands and let Evan hit him, and then he had like he couldn't get up.
Dude, when he got in there, he seemed like he was competition. The first thought I said, this is Evan was Mitch. He was matched up
Mismatch. He's making his ass whip.
because
Exactly.
within the first couple of seconds, I
Yep.
30 seconds or so, I said, "Oh, this nigga too much for him."
And then he just stopped fighting like that.
Yeah, and it's almost like he got caught. Like, and Evan was pushing his punches. You saw that?
Evan looks sloppy to me, man. He ain't his dad. He ain't going. I'm gonna tell you, he ain't going nowhere. He ain't going nowhere.
Say it for the people in the back.
He's not. He's another. Well, I don't think he'll be as successful as Chavez.
Damn.
Chavez Jr.
Whoa.
And I believe Chavez Jr. was so successful because the Mexican, he got a whole country behind him. But blacks, we don't get behind our fighters like that. So I can't see Evan having a following because he's too trash. He's not a good fighter.
Evander Holyfield was in the audience on pins and needles. I kept, because the camera was cut to him, but I was looking. But I'm telling you, when Evan started, I was like, why is he pushing? Because there's punching with the pop, and then there's pushing. And I was like, why is he pushing his punches? That ain't doing shit to this dude. I thought this dude was heads and tails above him.
Man, he was beating Evan ass.
I'm just saying.
I said he finna get stopped. I thought he was finna get stopped. I said this boy finna get stopped.
What round did Evan knock him out in?
I don't know. I know it just looked so set up. Like
it was the second or the third round. I think it was the third round.
It looked so set up.
So you think who you think Evan knows that?
Yes, I think that was like WWE. They rehearsed it.
And then, cause you know what, Evander Holyfield's emotions. He was a proud papa, but it was lackluster. Like,
Pop might not didn't nobody, but I don't know. But that dude was whipping his ass, and like you said, it clearly looked like it was two different levels of fighters in that ring. And then he just stopped fighting like that and like got hit and fell out. He couldn't get up.
Let me tell y'all, for y'all that don't know, I was in one section, Coach was in the other section. We didn't see each other, but Coach texted me right away when that happened. So he ain't pulling this out his ass. He texted me, and he was like, "Oh, this shit look like some setup right here." Birdman said, "Miss C, ask Coach, what does he think about the stoppage of Boots fight when he hit the guy in the back of the head? And does he think Boots is ready for Spence, or it's too early to say?" Yeah, so we can move on to the fights that happened this weekend. So they want to start with Boots. What you think about that fight?
Number one, that punch wasn't behind the head. That punch was like right above the ear. That's a legal shot.
What you think, Shelton?
How many fights Errol got?
About 26, 25, something like that. 27.
He got 27 fights, right?
Right.
How many fights Boots got?
About the same.
He got 28, right?
I don't
he got 28, right? How's he not ready?
He ready.
How's he not ready? Sugar Ray Leonard and Thomas Hearns fought. They was 22 and 24 years old, respectively. How is Boots not ready?
I don't know. Coach, you think you ready?
Yeah, he passed ready. He ready for certain fighters. He ready for Thurman. He's ready for Spence. He ain't ready for Crawford. I don't think he's ready for Crawford yet.
Coach, now, excuse me, ain't nobody at 47 ready for Crawford.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Now I'm glad you see that. I don't think nobody ready for me. Not right now, but Boots is on his heels. He coming.
You know what? I made a statement. Y'all fellas tell me what y'all think. I always say in the 147 division as of today, when I look at people and I give them the compliment that they're the more complete fighter, that's saying a lot to me. And there's only two people I can say that about, and that's Terrence and Boots. What y'all think? Am I right? Am I wrong?
Yeah, I agree. In the 147 division?
Yeah. What you think, Sheldon?
I venture to say it ain't nobody ready for Crawford at 54 either.
Only thing I say about that is Charlo, man. Charlo, the young Charlo at 154 is a beast. That's a big boy. And
Yeah, he's big.
Box.
But he can't box. His boxing skills are lacking. He's more of a puncher brawler. I mean,
Man.
he says he looks for one shot. That was his problem against Castano. Instead of boxing that guy, he's trying to brawl and look for one shot with that guy. That's why, in my opinion, he got beat.
Not 160 Charlo, 154-pound Charlo.
That's what I'm talking about. You saw the fight with Castano, didn't you?
Yeah,
That was the 160-pounder.
No, that was the 154-pounder. They fought for undisputed.
right. Coach,
What you talking about, Banana?
No, Castano, the WBO 154-pound champion. They fought to unify all 4 belts. I had Castano winning that fight 7-5. Charlo was leaning on the ropes, looking for one shot. And now he caught Castano a couple of times, had him hurt in the second, had him hurt again in the 9th. But he was looking for one shot. He wasn't boxing. You got to go look at that fight, Coach. He wasn't boxing. And if he fight Crawford like that, he going to get outboxed. I don't think Crawford got enough power to stop him, but he a damn show outboxing.
No, I think Crawford got no power to stop him if he can hit him, if he can catch him. Because he been sparring
with if he catch him, yeah. If Crawford hurts you, now we know that, Coach. If Crawford hurts you, you out of there. He gonna finish.
He was sparring with Jared Anderson. Jared Anderson said he hit like a light heavyweight. If you know who Jared Anderson is.
Yeah, I know who Big Baby is. That's one of my favorite fighters. I think Big Baby's up next. I think he up next.
But back to what you talking about with go ahead,
Who was sparring who with Big Baby Anderson? Talking about Charlo or Crawford?
Crawford was sparring with him.
Whoa.
Yeah, he said that Crawford hits like a light heavyweight with both hands.
Damn.
But the only thing I say when it comes to Charlo and Crawford is that reach and that jab, man. He got one of the most beautiful jabs I've ever seen. And Crawford sometimes get greedy.
Yeah.
Sometimes he'll get greedy and he'll get caught. He cannot afford to get caught by somebody like Charlo, man.
I agree. I totally agree
on that canvas.
But you know, the one thing I do give Bud over all these guys, besides the being a master of distance, a master of timing, is his ring IQ. He's very smart in that ring.
He is. But he still get greedy. That's the only with these smaller guys, he can get away with it. He can't get away with them big boys at 154 and 160. It's not gonna be that forgiving.
Now I don't see him having no success at 160. I really don't. I think the 160 guys are just too big. But at 54, I think he can outbox those guys. I think he can outbox those guys.
That 154-pound Charlo, he walks around at 170 pounds. That's a big boy. That's a total different monster.
But we gonna see, because that Castano fight left me with a whole lot of questions. Either number one, either Charlo ain't what I thought he was, or Castano is really that good. One of the two.
I can't picture what you're talking about. I know I seen that fight, man, but I can't. I'm gonna have to go back and look at it. But I know as soon as I look at it, I'll be able to tell you about it.
Yeah. Look at that one.
Had a lot of power that
I
wasn't ready for.
Who?
Castano, because he is an awkward fighter. He don't. To me, I ain't gonna say he fundamentally sound. He's very awkward, but when he will hit Charlo, I know it bothered him.
How big is this guy?
Yeah. He's about 5'8", 5'9", 154 pounds. You know who he is, Coach? I'm gonna tell you who he is. Brian Castano is Sean Porter, but he doesn't smother his work.
Yeah, you won't look at him and say, "Damn, this nigga huge," but he hits you, and he stands like he know he hurt you, or he can hurt you. He has no doubt in his mind he can fuck you up. And Charlo was responding like he was fucking them up.
He's like I say, he's Sean Porter, except the difference between him and Porter is Castano don't smother his work. Porter smothers his work. That's why he don't have no pop in his punches, because he throws too many wild amateur style punches. This guy throws straight hard punches, nasty hooks, and he throws a bunch of them.
Birdman said, I thought Charlo was getting beat up. A lot of people did. I actually had Charlo winning just by a little.
Oh, yeah. I'm looking at that. That's the Argentina dude we was talking about.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. That's what I was telling you about. That dude come from a family of champions. His daddy trained 3 champions, and this kid been boxing since he was 2 years old. He got power, and he's a big name in his country. He just not known over here. America think if you ain't big over here, you ain't shit. That ain't how boxing operates. There's some kings around this globe, man. They just ain't had the opportunity yet to get their name out there until they come over here and whip one of our boys' ass. Then they blow up.
Tell them
He's a
again,
good
Coach. They're not
fighter.
listening. Tell them again. They're not listening.
He's a good fighter. That dude ain't no bum. Yeah, I'm looking. I don't miss no Charlo fight. Yeah, that dude, he's Argentina. He been boxing since 2 years old. His daddy trained 3 champions, man. He know what he doing. He's a very smart technician, a very good fighter. And he can punch. So Charlo, this boy can fight, man. And he can punch. Like, that's another thing. Like, it would be Crawford needs to stay away from 154 if he's gonna get in there with Charlo. I don't want to see that fight. I like both them brothers. I don't want to see that. I want him just to beat everybody ass at 147 and retire.
Birdman said, y'all can't forget Harrison is at 154, so Crawford will have to have trouble with them. You know, I don't agree. I think Crawford can box. You know, we know Crawford. I ain't gonna say I think. We know Crawford can box, but we know Harrison can box too. But I don't know Harrison to have no damn power, and we know that
And he
about.
gasses out, Miss T. And Harrison gasses out.
Yeah, he do. He do.
And he been beaten already. Like that thing I told you that you have as a fighter, that invincibility cloak that you have, Harrison already had that beaten out of him. I don't see him coming back from that. He can be good and all that, but he don't have that thing he had when he first won against Charlo. They don't have that no more. Now he knows he ain't the best in the world. He know he ain't the second best in the world. He's just a decent fighter.
Can I ask a question, Miss T?
Sure.
Coach, this question is for you.
Mm-hmm.
Why is it that the greats, a loss don't bother them? But these guys today, they take one loss and it seems like their whole career tanks. Why is that?
I really believe a loss bothers anybody. Even the old dudes, it bothers them. It just wasn't the same with the fans and on outside the ring. You know, and plus, like, it hurts your money too. When you start losing fights, the fans now make the difference. Fans now, they degrade you and write you off when you lose a fight now. So it ain't really the fighters, it's really the fans losing their support when they lose. Everybody want this undefeated champion now. But it hurts anybody, man. If you ever been in that ring before, when you lose a fight, it's gonna bother you. It's gonna hurt.
Oh, I told Miss T, I've been watching this sport since '69. I participated from '73 to '80 in amateurs. And when I got my ass whooped that first time, I ran to the football field, never looked back.
Yeah, see what I'm saying? It bothers you. It bothers you.
He said,
Now imagine getting your ass whipped in front of the world.
Mm.
The whole world seeing you get your ass whipped, knocked out on the canvas. Like, that stuff bothers you. You go home, you gotta look at your kids, your wife, your girl. You gotta look at your mama. You gotta look at all these people who don't put you on this pedestal. Look at you. Now what you got to say? Now you got to rebuild and find that self-belief.
Yeah, you're right. I was 14 years old and I couldn't tell. I'm gone. I'm playing football from now on. I ain't playing anymore.
He was something saying too, because those guys back then, if they took a loss, they might go through the same thing somebody could right now. But I believe that they really believe that their opponent was the better man tonight. You will hear some fighters say that now, and it's almost cliche. You be like, do you really believe that? But back then, they probably like, yeah, tonight you got me. You ain't gonna get my ass tomorrow. That's what I think the difference in the mindset. I don't know it, but that's what I think.
I think social media, these camera phones, all the instant replays, you getting your ass whipped, all that stuff plays a huge. Back in the day, they had radios. You couldn't even see the fight. So
Yeah,
somebody
that's true.
you had to listen to them get their ass whipped. You couldn't even see it because most people didn't have TV. Now everybody got 5 TVs in their room, big screen. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah, you're right. Because
your ass whipped
Ali took
repeatedly
losses
over
and it didn't affect him at all. It didn't affect the champ at all. He took a loss, come right back.
Yeah, but
Sugar
now
Ray lost, Duran lost, Hagler lost, came right back.
Okay. 5 TVs, coach.
yeah, everybody got 5 TVs in their room, 40-inch, 50-inch TVs. You know, so you gonna get your ass whipped repeatedly. Everybody's seeing on instant replay.
So
And
you
they said
saying
like 10
what you
times.
saying, coach? So what you saying, coach, is that these guys are mentally weak.
Yeah, I don't say mentally weak because they fighters. So to be a fighter, you can't be like a mentally weak, but you're human. You're still human. You know what I'm saying? People think that we fighters, we gods, but no, that's a human being in there, man, with emotions. And boxing is such an emotional sport. And you see so many guys that's tough and they start crying and they win. After they win, they cry. You know what I'm saying? It's so much emotions you got bottled up that you have to deal with. It's mental part is so hard to deal with in boxing. The fighting part is easy. It's that mental part. And after losing like that, a lot of these guys, I don't think they weak. It's just hard to deal with. Some people can't deal with losing their job. You know what I'm saying?
That's facts. That's facts. That's facts.
They fucking getting their ass whipped. It's just difficult to deal with sometimes, man. And like I said, this social media make it more difficult.
Yeah, and you know what? And I agree with that because we didn't have no social media in the 70s. We didn't have no social media in the 80s. We barely had it. We didn't have it in the 90s.
Like even in school, if you
Yeah.
fight in school back in them days, if you wasn't there at the fight, you didn't see it.
Exactly.
Now, if the fight at school, everybody see that shit over and over and over again.
Yeah, it's posted. It's posted online. Yeah.
Everybody got camera phone. It's gonna be live.
They just airdropping shit. Like, damn.
That's why these young bucks don't want to fight.
Yeah. But you ever see these young bucks when they used to come up to the gym, coach? Like this one lady brought her son, and Coach Diaz told me train him or get with him. Dude balled. I'm gonna see if I can get it on the camera. He balled his. Let me see. He balled his hand up like he had his hand like this. Y'all can see that. He threw his hand like that, and he was like this shit. And I said, and I got weight on me and shit, and I was like, young boy, I'll whip your ass right now. And he's just like, oh man, come on, like, I said, first I'm gonna break your fingers. That's first time. But I'm gonna make you want to put them motherfuckers.
He gonna break his own fingers when he throw a punch.
And so I kept telling him put his hands right, and he just kept reverting back to that. And I said, you be beating people? Let me tell you, he was getting in trouble a lot for fighting, and he was winning his fights. But he didn't last long in the gym. Shit, I almost fucked that motherfucker. The net been flying around this bitch for over. Like, how the fuck you get in this house? But yeah, he his mama put him in there to keep him out of trouble. Be like, okay, if you gonna fight, let's do it right. That dude ain't last for a couple of weeks. He was done. And his mama,
what y'all think about? I got a question. What y'all think about the new developments today?
what happened?
The who?
The new development, but they didn't pull the boy Romero up out the fight.
Oh,
And the rumor is that Floyd is trying to take Haney's opponent, which is Jojo Diaz, and he offered him the fight.
Yeah, we talked about that last night. We was trying to wait because we don't know how it's gonna go. It's nothing like official from my understanding, unless something happened today. I haven't seen that. But Romero, they got caught up in the Me Too shit, touching people he ain't supposed to, or being too forward with women and whatnot. I don't know all the details, but they gonna handle that. And I guess Floyd or the guys feel like they don't need issues, so they better jump on it now and fix the problem by finding a replacement. But I don't know if you caught Fred's stuff last night. He had Gary Russell on, Gary Russell Jr., and Gary was like, hey, I'll take the fight. I'll be your Huckleberry. Shit, we're gonna see what play next.
man, Garrett don't want that smoke.
With Tank,
I don't know. I don't know, Coach.
you talking about?
He say he want it. If
When
he
the
say he
last
want it,
time
he
Gary
will
had a
say he
fight?
don't.
When the last time he had a fight?
About 15, 16 months ago.
Okay, when the last time Tank done had what, 3 in the last year?
Yeah.
Tank active. One
But
thing
I said,
about boxing,
but
you
I
got
say again, Coach.
you
I
got to be
say
active.
again, if Gary say he want the fight,
Mm-hmm.
who are we to say he don't?
Gary want a paycheck.
And that might
Don't
be,
you?
that might be
Hell
true.
yeah.
Don't I?
I do. I do.
Everybody want a paycheck.
That's what he want. He just want a paycheck. He don't want that smoke, man.
That might be true, Coach said he wants the paycheck, but we only know that Gary lost one time. And Gary be knocking the fire out of motherfuckers' asses. So if Gary's saying I'll take the
I
fight,
say make the fight.
short nervous.
I just don't believe it because he ain't fighting enough. A guy that want to fight is fighting. Like, look at Ryan Garcia. He talk a lot of shit, but he ain't fighting nobody. The guys that want to fight are going to be fighting. They can't sit on the shelf like that.
But Gary,
Well, here's the thing. Now here's the thing. Now I got another take on that. I don't think Gary will get the fight. Devin said he wanted to fight. I don't think Devin will get the fight.
With Tank,
Yeah, I don't think Devin will get the fight.
nah, he ain't
I
going to
don't
put me there
think
with Devin.
they gonna put anybody in there with Tank that they think can beat Tank, and that's what I see.
Well, at this particular time, I'll agree with you. I agree because it's all about matchmaking, and Mayweather's in the business of making money and building his fighters, and he's gonna pick the right guys at the right time. That's the good thing about having a good matchmaker for you. That way you don't rush them too fast and give them a chance to develop and do what they're supposed to do. But Tank is almost what, 27 years old, 28 years old.
He be 27 in 9 days.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's time. It's time for him to start. It's time. It's time for him to start having some big fight with somebody else. But I wouldn't, if he was my fight, I wouldn't put it with Devin either. Not right now.
Hold on, y'all. Let me get this chat. Sentos is in the building with Poppin' King. He said, hello, Miss T, and my brother Shelton. The guy in the middle has some kind of background sounds flowing. I'm not, yeah.
That's not me. It's quiet.
Sentos boxing, my man.
But hey, this Coach G Sentos, he's gonna be like a regular on here too. You know my regular partner over here. But I said I had to cut Friday, that I was gonna cut him on Monday. Let's go back to the fights this weekend, and yeah, I don't know what's gonna happen with the Tank Davis thing, and I'm just gonna wait and see what happens. But right now, Gary called them out, so we gotta see what happened. I like Tank and I like Gary, but Gary called him out. Gary said I would take that fight. He said, who you gonna get that's gonna generate the revenue on short notice? He said, I'm ready. So I mean, yeah, and Gary, you gotta watch those interviews, Coach G, because Gary explained exactly why he's been shelved or what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard to go against what he's saying because he's saying facts. I mean, he can't be a man if he thinks highly of himself as a man as he should.
Mm-hmm.
And you're not gonna demasculate him, and he's not gonna let you just pull an okie dokie on him.
But why is he not fighting?
But he explains that like he had a fight coming up. He agreed to the fight, then they take it from him. A lot of people are not signing up to fight him. He said he can't make them fight. He feels also, without going to depth, because I don't even want to get into these type talks, but there's some promotional shit like with Al Heyman and other people that purposely shitting on him. He really can't get into it because he don't want to hem his brother up, his little brothers up, who's under the same umbrella. They have been trying to purposely shelve him. Gary made a decision a long time ago that he will not fight tomato cans after tomato cans after tomato cans. But he said, I will fight my mandatories. Now that brought him down to one fight a year. But if you notice, and I ain't talking bad about Shakur Stevens, but just to give an example, wasn't Shakur Stevens fighting at 126? So why he didn't fight Gary?
Why Gary didn't fight Shakur? Because we know Shakur want to fight everybody.
Shakur don't want to fight Gary. I've never seen that, but I've heard Gary say he want to fight him.
Well, since Shakur went up there and fought Jamil, this is his second world title, and he's active. He's fighting three times a year. Like, he's actively fighting. I have to follow the guy that's giving me action. I'm a fan. I'm a fan first, and so I'm looking at him. He's giving me what I want. He's fighting. Gary, to me, is doing way too much talking. I want to see him fighting. Let me see you fight. If you only fight tomato cans, then fight them damn tomato cans. Stop sitting on the shelf because he's wasting his talent and he's getting older. And boxing is them game. You don't have a lot of years in this game. He passed his prime already.
Choice, but that's a person's choice. We might not like it. Gary is standing on 10 toes as a man, is just saying, I'm not falling for the okie doke. I'm not signing them contracts. You're not gonna hem me up. Now we can be mad at it, kind of like with us being mad at Bud going over to Top Rank. Yeah, I don't like it, but you know how a man make his decision or a grown woman make her decision. I gotta be careful on getting involved because I don't know why they do what they do. You right, as a fan, we want to see them in the ring.
That's all I care about. His business is his business. I don't care about his paycheck and none of that stuff. I'm a fan. I want to see you fight. So if you ain't fighting, I really don't care about what you're talking about. You know, you handle that business.
And I understand that, Coach. I get that wholeheartedly because, I come from the era where the best fought the best consistently. You know what I'm saying? But if we, like Miss T just mentioned Bud. Now, Bud Crawford has the highest guarantee in the welterweight division. Mm-hmm. So, far as business-wise, he did the right thing. He secured the bag to make sure his family is straight. Now, as far as a boxing fan, you would have rather see him go to the PBC where all the welterweights are. But as we know, with the politics of boxing, even if he went to the PBC, that doesn't mean he was going to get those fights.
He's not, because them guys don't want to fight him.
Facts. There you go. So he did the right thing, in my opinion.
But, Coach, the narrative out there is Bud don't want to fight them.
Who?
The narrative for the most part out there is Bud don't want to fight them.
Right. So no matter what he do, he's not. But he's not sitting on. He's still fighting though. He's fighting at least twice a year. Bud is fighting twice a year. He's not like Gary. I can't remember the last time I saw Gary fight. It's like I see.
Yeah, 15 months ago he fought that guy Nyambayar, was it? He fought King Tug.
When was that? 2019?
2020.
Which going to be 2022?
Yeah, February 2020 is last time he fought.
Yeah, that's years ago.
The thing is, right? What you were saying, Coach, and Miss T, Bud killed that narrative at the press conference from Porter. If y'all at the Porter press conference,
y'all said, say it again. So
he said, "Say that again." Mm-hmm. Say that again so they can hear
you.
Yep. Yeah. If the two fighters want to fight,
they're gonna fight.
The fights will get made.
I've been saying that for years.
Yeah. Years. Bud can only fight the guys who want to fight him.
Right. But in the meantime, between time, Bud is staying active. He's not sitting on the shelf for 2 years. He's getting.
That's why Porter is getting stopped inside of 9 rounds.
I believe Porter's getting his ass whipped too, man.
Let me get this chest in. Sito's boxing. He said one of the reasons Gary does fight as much is because of the way he requires certain things in the business part of his fights. Now, yeah, that's like I was saying. Gary's not going to take the okie doke. He has to be like that to be okay. What if he signs something that he know is fugazi, and then he's hemmed up after, and everybody gonna be like, man, we don't give a fuck about that. That's how people gonna act.
Then he need to change his team.
Give a fuck about it.
He need to change his team. He need to fire and hire some new people.
No, he good.
How? If his business ain't straight.
Supposed to be trying to fight this December. Gary put everybody on notice. He put Tank on notice. So as far as I'm concerned, he put it out on Front Street. I will take this fight short notice. It's a moneymaker. Y'all know it's a moneymaker.
Okay, so if he don't get this fight with Tank, what's planned? What is he gonna do after that?
Fight is mandatory like he been doing?
Once a year, once every 2 years?
No.
He gonna fight his mandatory like he been doing. I mean, he want to fight. I mean, that's the problem that I have. I'm just speaking for myself. That's the problem that I have with fans. The man say he want to fight.
Mm-hmm.
So the
like
man
Gary
say he
too,
wants to
so-
fight, and the people that's in charge of the other guy don't want to give him the fight. That's not that man's fault.
Mm-hmm.
But it
Batman.
is his fault for not taking no fights.
What's popping, Batman? Here go Gary's brother right here, Coach G.
It ain't his fault if they trying to dick him out his money. But this is called prize fighting. This is not fight. This is not called fighting for anything they give you.
But why isn't he taking no fights in 2 years?
What you mean taking no fights? His employer not getting him no fights.
So that's why I was just saying, shouldn't he change his employer?
I mean, look, man. I keep telling people this. You know, his little brother signed under the employer for 4 more years. So I think if he leave them and go do something else, the whole shebang will be on the shelf. They already dicking him already.
So you saying he's sticking around on the strip of his little brother?
Most definitely.
And the fact you got to remember, Coach, he just lost another brother. So family is probably really important to Gary right now.
Well, that means he got a choice to make then. His career, he's sacrificing his career.
He made his choice.
Yeah, he's sacrificing his career, so.
I mean, you know, but that shit, man. But if the fans get behind him, then, you know, and want to see him more.
Well, I want to see him fight.
I want to see him on December 5th,
But if
Batman.
he ain't fighting, I mean, I can't be talking about nobody who ain't fighting. I want to see fights. Like I said, when it comes to the business part, I'm on the outside looking in, so I don't know the business part. As a fan, I'm just looking at the fight. I want to see the fight.
I mean, everybody that dumped him at 126, they're jogging age. And then if he leave his belt, then they can hide him even more. Y'all really ain't gonna talk about him if he ain't no champion.
Yeah, they have to give him respect because he a champion. But if he say I give up the belts and I go up to another weight class and just campaign there, they still gonna duck him because, like I said, all these people that's at 130 that moved up from 126, called them out. The notable ones. I think he did say he wanted to fight Shakur, but he didn't shit on Shakur. He just was like, yeah, I'll take the fight.
Okay, let's back it up then. I also remember him saying the same shit about Devin Haney, saying he would fight Devin Haney, and then they sent him a contract, did they not?
They didn't send him shit. That's that bullshit ass shit they sent. They sent the term sheet. The term sheet was bullshit. I still got the term sheet in my email. The man signed his name wrong. The man put legally binding because on the term sheet it can't be legally binding, and it's a word contingents. That meaning that the networks got to agree upon. They ain't agree upon the fight. So Bill Haney sent bullshit. But don't nobody never get on them about sending bullshit paperwork over. And like he said last night on Fred show, he said he will love to fight Devin Haney. The only way he go in the negotiation with Devin Haney if fucking the promoter is the middleman, and he ain't got to do no business with Bill Haney.
But hasn't Bill been fired? Bill ain't the coach, and he gave up his position, didn't he?
Nah, he gave up his coaching position. He's still the
management.
Fake.
Bill don't know what he want to do. Bill want to be a coach today, a manager tomorrow. Bill don't know what the fuck he want to do.
Yeah, because I heard he walked away from that. But okay, but you say he stopped coaching, but he's still dealing with his paperwork, still handling his business.
Yeah, but like you said, if whoever's behind him, like what's his name? Eddie Hearn.
Yeah.
He'll go through Eddie Hearn instead of going through Bill Haney, where he know everything is going to be on the up and up.
Who is Gary? Who is Gary signed to?
He's not signed to no one. He
ain't signed to nobody.
He just he go contract by contract basis with Al Haymon.
That sure seems like it ain't working out for him, man. Because he's a good talent.
You still ain't listening to what I said.
I'm hearing you.
Gary Antoine Russell and Gary Antonio Russell is signed under Al Heyman for 4 more years.
Right.
And you see, at first they wasn't getting the fights they were supposed to get, but now I guess they shaking the tree a little bit, man. They making room for some of them. 'Cause
4 more years is a long time too. How old is Gary now?
Gary 33.
Yeah, that's that time. That clock is ticking, man. And it probably cost too much to buy his own way out of those 4 years.
Yeah, so I mean, like I said,
That's what Floyd had to do. Buy his way
Antoine
out.
fight November the 13th and Antonio fight November the 27th. So
that he's right. You said Gary.
And Gary, you got to remember, Coach Floyd only paid $750,000 to get out that contract.
That's why I said, how much is it to get out that contract? Sometimes you have to do that.
I mean,
but that's easy for me to, like I'm saying, I don't know his business, so that's why I leave the business part alone. I just speak from a fan
talking
part.
about his business. He don't have a contract with nobody.
Right.
The brothers have, the 2 brothers has the contract with Al Heyman
for 4 more years.
Yeah, for 4 more years.
Gary he got to step lightly,
and they ain't making enough money to buy out their contract right now.
Right. So he got to step lightly because what he do, they're a team. They all Gary Russell.
Well, I understand that.
Yeah. So
he looking out for his brothers. You gotta respect that.
Right. See, that's what I'm saying. When you go into the business part of it, we don't know the business part.
Right.
All this what I'm hearing right now, this is my first time hearing that. So I don't even be dealing with that. I'm speaking from a fan perspective of wanting to see these guys fight. I'm a Gary fan. I like seeing Gary fan. But I can't go back on what I said. All I've been hearing as a fan is him talking. I ain't been hearing him fight. I ain't been seeing him
That's
fight.
all he can do is talk.
I see that. I see what you're saying.
Yeah, until Al Heyman gets him a fight. Why now? Jesse Vargas, I think that's his name. Jesse Vargas that just came from 122 was his mandatory. Now he's fighting somebody else on fucking Canelo Alvarez undercard.
I really hate hearing this because I hold Al Heyman to such a high regard as being one of the only, like, the black promoters that came in pretty much monopoly.
Because you black don't mean don't
I got it. I hear you.
Hey, I'm gonna say this. I've been saying this for years. I'm gonna say this one more time. To me, from what I see, Al Heyman is using the Don King playbook.
I can't do that now. He ain't no Don King. But I don't know, because it's my first time hearing this story I'm hearing right now about Al Heyman. So I don't know how many other stories is like that. So
I didn't say he was Don. Hold on. I didn't say he was Don because it's hard to be a piece of shit like Don. Don's a piece of shit. Everybody know that. But he's using the Don King playbook as far as pay them low and try to give them their money on the back end. The one thing I can say about Al, at least he do give them the back end money. Don will pay you low and keep your back end money.
He do more than that though, but he pays them and he makes sure like PBC is that he makes sure their promotion. If they have a promotion, they hook it up with the PBC promotion and they get like what 10-15%. So,
on the back end. On the back end, right?
Yeah, on the back end. And they getting like 3 checks. Like if you're a pay-per-view star, you getting 3 checks. Like
well, how you know? And that's the question I have. I want all y'all to answer this question for me. How is somebody who's selling 350,000 pay-per-views a pay-per-view star? How does that work?
You say what?
How is a fighter that is selling 300 to 350,000 pay-per-views max a pay-per-view star? How does that work?
Oh, nah. I mean, that was he need a bigger which kind to get $1 million because when Floyd first started pay-per-view, he was getting the same numbers till he fought Oscar De La Hoya.
Right, I get that, but he's the one running around talking about Tank Davis is a pay-per-view star when the last pay-per-view Tank did 215,000 buys. That don't sound like a star to me.
But if you compare it to everybody else, who else is outselling him in boxing
Shit, Spence
this
did
Earl Smith,
350. Spence
at this
did
Earl
particular
Smith,
350.
time?
Earl Smith, and Deontay Wilder.
Yeah, they sound more like stars than Tank.
But
Consistently.
Tank ain't never did 300 pay-per-view buys ever.
Earl worked for himself, and Deontay, he signed with who he signed with. But it
Yeah,
ain't.
that's what pissed me off in the when he did the press conference with Brody. He said Tank is a pay-per-view star. He doing record-breaking numbers. I turned that shit off. You lying
He never
motherfucker.
did a record breaking number.
Well, if you say it enough,
Yeah, it come true. Let me get some of these.
yeah.
Birdman said the thing is Gary knows his worth, and you got to respect it. They don't pay good fighters half the time right. Then he also said, go back and listen to the show from last night, fellas. Gary been keeping it real since day one on Instagram, on YouTube, and all the places they doing Gary wrong. Doesn't complain, and he pushes on. I agree. Birdman said that's good actually with all the streaming. Yeah, Gary was on Barbershop Conversation. Coach, you might want to check that out. You got a
Hmm.
uh Batman. Coach G is a bona fide certified coach. He trains his sons and other little young guys. He is a true connoisseur of boxing at his purest. And he takes his son around and he boxes him, like have matches and stuff with folks. His son is pretty young, but we'll hear from young Caden when he get older. Coach G Batman is, like I said, Gary Russell's Junior's brother. They up there in the DMV area.
It's about 7 of y'all, right? Of-
There's a whole lot of them.
and they all look alike.
So, he, in the future, we're gonna see about trying to get like not a GoFundMe, but like something where we can donate to Coach, because Coach paying out his pocket for these young up and coming little guys to get the experience and go around the country and box.
Yeah, that's admirable. Yeah, we need to contribute to that. That's admirable.
I
Yeah.
appreciate that, T.
Yeah. So Batman is a noteworthy person to meet up. Hopefully y'all can meet up at Coach G if you ever up there in DC area. Batman, the one you want to get in touch with.
I'm sure we will. Boxing's a small world.
Yeah, most definitely.
It's a
Boxing is
small
a
world.
small world. It ain't a lot of people in this shit.
Mm-hmm.
I already know what it is.
And I
Bunching up.
definitely come down there. God, what's the guy's name, man? Cause y'all, it's some DC cats that be here. Train with Diaz. There was a Diaz gym, T.
I don't
I
know.
think one of them got a fight coming up too. He got braids. He always have corn braids in his
I
head.
know who you talking about. Yeah. Is he from Richmond?
Um,
You actually from Richmond, Virginia? You talking about that guy?
Now this cat from DC.
Mm.
He's from DC. It's two of them.
Yeah, I know what it's
Real,
like,
real
coach.
respectable dudes, man.
Bunching all your kids up in your personal car, ride miles and miles, man.
Yeah, you know about that life.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
Batman
it,
trains his son. So you guys bound to run into each other.
oh
Yeah, my
yeah.
son,
And
my son gonna start competing next year.
how
He
old is
started
he?
8. He's 7.
Yep. I started mine at 8 too. Think that's the best way to do it, man. But DC, I know they got a lot of good fighters around DC, Baltimore, all the way up north of there. But DC, I know definitely got a lot of good. They got a real good amateur program around there.
Yeah, just like Cincinnati got a good program too.
Yeah, definitely Cincinnati too. Yeah.
Yeah. So let's get to some of these fights because I know Gary Russell was on Fred's show. Batman, you was there. Uh, you guys didn't really. I don't know if y'all talked about. Maybe I fell asleep doing some parts. I don't know. But I didn't hear when y'all was talking about this past weekend fight. Um, we just talked about Boost. Boost did a good job, but I would tell you, Boost should not have gotten hit with that one shot that Lauren made through. What y'all think about that?
Uh,
I loved it. I thought it was great for him to get hit with that shot because we saw now that he can take a shot. Because Delorme hit him with 2 straight right hands. He ate him, walked right through him.
It's a fight. You're gonna get hit.
yeah, like you
I don't
gonna
care
get
how
hit.
good you are, you're gonna eat some punches.
But
So
that's
there
what
ain't nothing new to Boots. He been hit before.
I just think he need to tighten up his defense just a little bit more and when he go to see these top guys. But other than that, he did what he was supposed to do. The longer he ain't on his level, like my father said, if a motherfucker ain't on your level, get him the fuck out of there.
Yep, go ahead and get him out of there. But what I saw was patience, man. And I know that comes with time. He's still young, and he knew he was outclassing that dude. He could get him out of there, and he was rushing it. That'll go away. That's the only reason why he really got caught with them shots, because he was rushing it. He wasn't patient. But when he settled down a little bit more, that boy's gonna be, man, he's gonna be something really, really special.
But that's something you want to see in the fighter, though, ain't it? You want to see if a fighter can take a shot.
Yeah, but not unnecessarily.
Not unnecessarily. But if it happens and he takes the shot, that's great. But you always want to see, as a coach, you always want to see perfection. I don't want to see my fighter get hit.
Nah, that should get me mad. I don't want my fighter getting hit. It's like I'm getting hit. I don't like that.
But like they say, you can strive for protection, for perfection. You ain't never gonna attain it, but you can strive for it.
Never attain it, but he shouldn't. To me, he shouldn't even got hit with that shit.
That was patience, man. He wasn't paid. He was rushing it. That's all.
Yeah, he was gonna go get that dude out of there. He knew that dude was gone. I'm finna get him out of here.
Yeah, but a little bit more.
He's still supposed to be defensively sound. You can still punch off your defense.
Right. Because that could have been the one that got him.
That's true. Well, that kind of irritates me, being a former amateur boxer myself. That kind of irritates me because, like you say, it's a fight. You're going to get hit. If you don't want to get hit, get out the ring because you're going to get hit. Yeah, and it doesn't matter to me what happens when you get hit. What matters to me is what happens, what you do when you get hit. They always bring that up with Bud. Well, Bud got touched up by this guy. Bud got hit by that guy. Yeah, but what happened to them guys?
Bud ain't fighting nobody.
What happened to them guys?
Hey, dog, he ain't fighting nobody.
There you go.
And did he do what he's supposed to do, though? What you just said, man. Now you brought that up. You said that. If a motherfucker ain't supposed to be there, what do? You get him the fuck out of there. And that's what he does, right?
Now,
the last 9 motherfuckers and got up out of there, ain't they? The last 9 of
Bud done fought some good people. I ain't let y'all do Bud like that. Nope. Bud done fought some good people.
Go look at their records, coach. Go look at their records, man.
Well, you get your favorite. I tell Batman this all the time, coach. What you do, Batman, is go get your favorite fighter and put him up in there. And let's see what happens.
My favorite fighter is Gary Antoine Russell or Gary
Gary too little, man. We ain't gonna do this, Gary. Gary, my man. Gary too little.
Hey, dog, y'all keep thinking Gary too little. Dog, at 16 years old, Gary was fighting Chop and all of them and making them dudes look bad. And I got Gary getting turns Bud Crawford.
Okay, well, we got the bet on that. Is that fight ever?
Yeah, I put my money on that.
All right, we got the bet on that.
I put my money on it because go look at this. If fucking what's my man's name? If Gamboa was defensively sound, he would have beat Bud Crawford.
Nah, he wouldn't have beat Bud because Gamboa got knocked out. And he got knocked out 4 times.
He was getting hit.
He didn't hit too much. He wasn't gonna beat Bud no way, no how.
Yeah, he said
he wasn't gonna beat Bud. I ain't gonna let you get away with that, Batman. He wasn't gonna beat Bud Crawford no way, no how.
No. But the thing is, the fight is not defensively sound.
Did you hear what I said, Mr. Shelton?
I heard you, brother.
Defensively sound, because the first 5 rounds he was beating Bud ass.
Mm-hmm.
But that's usually how it happens with a patient fighters who sitting there downloading information. Bud sit there and watch you and box you and get your rhythm down. You know this game, man. You born and raised in it. And after a while, once he get all that shit down and get his time and get his range, that's your ass.
Coach,
you out of there.
Coach, I've been studying this guy, Coach.
Mm-hmm.
All that shit y'all be saying, he really doesn't have. He doesn't have no good head movement. He doesn't have. This is what Bud does. This is what Bud does. I'm going to tell you his favorite thing he does. He pulled back, and mostly he's longer than everybody he fights.
Range control.
He likes throwing that slapping right hand. Dog. And every time he get hits on his chin, he ain't been up there with a heavy hitter yet, like a Keith Thurman I think if a Keith Thurman touch him, he's done.
I don't think he'll let Keith Thurman touch him.
Do this.
I don't think he'll let Keith Thurman touch. I think he beat the dog shit out of Keith Thurman. But
Coach,
I like Keith Thurman.
I know Keith Thurman is your guy. I got it. I ain't trying to be disrespectful, but he beat the shit out of Keith Thurman.
Coach, I think you won't, Coach. That's why your man Bo Mac keep talking that shit about him like they ain't really want to fight them guys. Like, oh,
Well, he wants Spence.
all right, you can't get you couldn't get. I mean, he could have got Smith if he take the 60-40 because he think he bigger than Smith and he not.
Batman, I'm gonna tell you this now. On October the 1st, 2021, and you remember it. November the 1st, 2021. You remember this. He knocking Spence out in 7 rounds if they fight.
You say he not who?
Errol Spence is getting knocked out in 7 rounds if they fight.
Man,
I ain't gonna put no rounds on it, but I've been saying that for a long time too.
And short spaces, y'all man can't really fight. And them trenches, y'all man can't really handle them trenches, man.
But he's so smart, he don't have to be in them trenches. He find his way up out of there and he fight his game.
Man, when the last time he used his feet? I don't even think he got his legs no more. And
well, it don't matter. Well, that's what you think, but you'll find something. You'll find out something different on the 20th. And the last 9 motherfuckers that went to sleep.
Porter.
Listen, y'all remember
the last 9 dudes that got knocked out will tend to argue with you.
Hey, hold up. What do he got to say about Porter? I want to hear what he got to say. Batman, what you got to say about Porter?
Yeah.
I was about to say something like this. Listen, last week, right? The Shakur Stevenson week, right? When Bo Mac and all them was down in Atlanta. Y'all know your man was down there too with him, right?
Yeah.
Through the grapevine, man, he was down there working, man. You understand me? He was working with the kid Hitchison and the kid Norman.
Yeah.
They say Norman almost sent that boy to the upper room, man. They say they had to stop it. They had to stop it for your man to get his head right, and he continued to spawn. But they say that boy Norman almost sent that boy to the upper room, man.
Let me get these chats. Birdman said, but the more you take hits on the chin, the weaker it will become. Then he also said, Gary said he'll smack Bud up again. And Birdman said, I got 1,000 if that ever happens. I think y'all was talking about a bet. Birdman said, I'm with Batman. Keith Thurman to lay hands on Bud like Porter gonna do. Let me tell you, I got Bud. I like Keith Thurman.
I can tell Birdman is a Spence fan, ain't you?
Yeah, he a Spence fan.
Birdman
but like I said, Smith is a real dog. I mean, that's all I can tell you.
But here's the thing, though. Y'all keep saying, y'all always say Bud ain't fought nobody. Who the hell is Spence for? He ain't fought nobody either.
I like both them dudes, man. I just want them to fight, and I think Spence is holding the fight up.
Yeah, because that narrative can be twisted both ways. Because Spence ain't fought no goddamn body. You think Danny Garcia is somebody?
No, listen.
Danny Garcia is nobody, man. He ain't nobody. He ain't won a fight at 47.
No, now can I finish?
Go ahead, bro.
That man coming off a car accident, a near-death car accident. Which one of your favorite fighters going to do that? They're gonna get a tune-up fight. Dog,
Danny got beat by everybody. It's not no big feet beat them.
Different animal, dog.
Okay, we'll see. We gonna see. Time will tell.
He gonna prove to me an animal when he fight Crawford. If he leave,
the rest of them boys
beating up 147 without fighting Crawford.
He got better defense than Terrence Crawford. Terrence Crawford's defense is not that good.
But Spence come in straight lines.
He come in straight lines, and what he do, coach?
What he gonna do when Crawford get them angles on him? That straight line ain't gonna work. Crawford get them angles from both sides, southpaw and orthodox. He gonna find a hole, and he hit with power with both hands.
Orthodox, he's a shitty fighter. That's why he always switch. If y'all don't this is what I'm saying. You gotta look at the guy tape. Orthodox, he's shitty.
I don't agree with that, man, because I didn't see him knock out with the right hand too.
Yeah, I don't agree with that.
Knock out with the right hand.
Every time he fights somebody and he orthodox and he get in trouble, that's why he switched.
Well, he does the confuse. It's a natural thing, man.
He switched to take the jab away. Once he take the jab away, you out of there.
I say this: ain't nobody beat him yet. He's a unified champion.
Now, no, ain't nobody beat him yet because he fought a Ricky Burns. He fought a fucking Dongo that got gifted the beat.
Wait a minute. Hold on. I gotta stop you right there. Hold on. Didn't them dudes have a belt?
They're all champions.
So how you gonna get the belt if you don't fight the guy with the belt?
Go look at who they fought for their belts.
It don't matter. They had the belt.
No,
it don't matter. They had the belt when he fought him.
This is why they need to fight.
They had the belt when he fought him.
All this bullshit the rest.
They were set up. No, this how I know y'all. This how I know. This how I know y'all really just his fans. Y'all just don't know. They were set up to be that.
Man, so I want, hey, Batman. So you sitting here saying that you don't think Bud Crawford is a skilled special fighter?
Yes, he's a skilled fighter, most definitely.
One of the best. You ain't have to say he's the best, but is he not one of the best fighters in the world right now?
He's one of the skillfulest fighters in the world.
That's all I want to hear.
But who has he proven it against?
Everybody he got in front of him.
All right, then that's nobody. Don't look at who got in front of him.
But you just said that he's one of the best skillful in the world, so he proved it to you.
No,
he already proved it to you.
Skillful, access, cool, but putting it up against the line against some of the top. What Hall of Famer has he fought?
It's Porter one of the
best.
What
Hall of Famer has Spence fought? Wait a minute.
Porter one of the
Tell
best.
me a Hall of Famer he fought.
Hold on, is Porter one of the
Brook
best?
won't be a Hall of Famer.
Is Porter
and Bud just beat him?
Is Porter one of the best?
And Bud just beat him?
Man, that wasn't the same Kell Brook.
Oh, get the fuck out of here. There you go with that bullshit. Get out of here with that. There you go with that bullshit.
I will go with him on that now. I will go with him on that because Kell Brook had some wear and tear on him. But I want you what you got to say about Porter?
Had wear and tear on him when
look, but that's the past. What you got to say about Porter, Birdman? Not Birdman.
If he beat Porter, if he beat Sean Porter right now, I'm gonna give him all this.
That's all I want to hear. That's all I want to hear.
That's all I want to hear. That's all I want to hear. There we go.
Right now.
I don't want to move the goalposts now. Don't move the goalposts.
Don't move the goalposts. Spence took everything out of him, and that wasn't the same Sean. He want to be a commentator. I don't want to hear that shit.
I don't move the goalposts. Sean is a real dog.
Okay, that's all I want to hear.
Hold on, let me get these chats. Birdman said, "Stop the cap." Much respect. I'm gonna eat them words. Heard in the Lord. Wait, Bud Duck AB.
Oh my God.
Right fan, then Spence fan. Okay, Birdman. Mr. J Dub in the building with Poppy King. He said, "Salute, I'm a Spence fan." I hear you. And then Mr. J Dub said, "Hell no, Kell was dead. Was a dead man when Bud fought him." Well, we can say that when Spence fought him too.
No, he wasn't. Don't.
Yeah, he was, because Triple G had just beat the dog shit out of him.
Oh.
Yes, he
Triple G had just beat the dog shit out of that man. Stop it.
He ain't beat. He stopped him in the 5th round. He ain't beat the dog.
Triple G beat the dog shit out that man. Broke his eye socket. Come on, man. Stop it. Come on. Cut it out.
Beating Triple G.
Come on, man.
Cut it out. Cut it out.
Miss C. Kell Brook was beating Triple G. What is he talking about?
But Kell Brook lost and he got his.
No, he got stopped. He got stopped.
He got stopped because his orbital bone got broke. Come on, man. Come on, man.
He was out boxing him.
Stopped early in the fight. Listen, Miss T. He got stopped early in the fight. Nothing got taken from Kell Brook. When he fought Errol Spence, he fought a grueling 11 round fight. He
wasn't coming. You don't sit here. Wait a minute, Batman. Hold on. So you gonna sit here and tell me? Wait a minute. You gonna sit here and tell me that Kell Brook wasn't coming off orbital bone surgery when he fought Errol Spence?
That was what, like 18 to 2 years. Then when he was supposed to fight, then when he was supposed to fight Errol Spence, he got two which comes. He got from the sanctioning body, gave him two what you call them joints? To delay the fight. He got 2 of them.
Why? Why did they delay the fight? Why?
Cause he was fucking out of shape.
Because he was coming off of orbital bone surgery, man. Come on.
But what
Triple
happened?
G broke that man up. Come on,
Earl
man.
Spence never happened.
Yeah, the Earl Spence break down. But all I'm saying is we can put all this to rest after the Porter fight.
No, we can put all this shit to rest when both of these niggas get in the ring and fight each other. I don't.
Well,
really
that's what they're
have-
gonna do.
But
I don't
this
have-
is my issue. This is my issue. Every time I've heard this, and I've sat back and watched it, I've heard when Bud about to fight this person, they be like, I don't know, we're gonna see what he can do. We'll see. It's gonna be a tough fight. And Bud,
Man,
oh, he won't
I
fight.
never said that.
I ain't say you said it.
That's ESPN. That's the motherfuckers that really don't know about boxing.
Well, all I can say is right now is Birdman and Batman both said on recorded. It's recorded. They both said if he beat Porter, he's official.
Yeah, he fought a dog.
That's all we got to say. That's next month,
That's
right?
all we want to hear. That's all we want to hear.
When is that
That's
fight?
all we want to hear.
Huh? It's on.
When is
That's
that
all we
fight?
want to hear, bro.
It's next month.
It's this month.
It's this month. It's in 20 days. They fight in 20 days.
20
Wait.
days.
We days away from getting on here and all agreeing that Bud Crawford is the man at 147.
Yeah, because this ain't gonna last
No, he
long,
ain't
bro,
gonna be
man.
the
This shit
man.
ain't going past 8.
He's
I'm
still
telling you
gonna
that
be
now,
number two.
Birdman. This fight ain't going past 8. Sean
I
Porter going to
don't know how far it's gonna go, but I know he's gonna beat the Shadow Porter.
Sean Porter gets knocked out.
Porter
I
get his ass
guarantee you that.
and I
Sean
believe
Porter
he'll
gets
knock him
knocked
out
out.
too. I
And
just don't
then
know
when
what
Sean
round.
Porter don't get his ass beat and they go 12 rounds like Sean Porter always do.
It ain't happening.
Porter getting beat up, man.
He's
No.
not going 12 rounds, brother. He's not.
on the canvas. I'm telling you.
Listen,
Say that.
and then when the man don't get up the man don't never touch the canvas and it's a 12 grueling round 12 round fight, then what y'all gonna say?
I'm gonna say that's the regular Sean Porter, and that's what Sean Porter do to everybody.
I'm gonna say, listen, if Bud wins, you know I'm gonna be happy as hell over here. If Porter wins, I don't hate Porter, even though sometimes he say stupid shit. But I don't hate Porter. If he win, he win. It's the best fighting the best. If Bud knocks him down, like I think he will, because I don't think Sean is a complete fighter. But Bud gonna handle that.
Man, Bud's not a complete fighter.
Yes, he is.
AB, hey, look, Birdman. AB put him on his ass. So don't tell me nothing about Porter. AB put Porter on his ass. AB, and AB is not half the fighter. Never was half the fighter Bud was. Never was.
AB can punch too.
AB was never half the fighter that Crawford is. Never.
AB can punch too.
AB was never half the fighter that Crawford is. Never.
He wasn't, but he is a good fighter and he can't
He
punch.
good, but he was never
But
half
he
the
is not
fighter
no
Bud
Bud
is.
Crawford. He
Never.
is not a Bud Crawford.
How and he fought better competition than Bud.
And got his ass whooped every single time.
No. He fought way.
And got his ass whooped every single time.
He fought way better competition.
Hey,
than
stop, Birdman. This is what I hate about boxing fans. Stop giving niggas participation medals.
No, I'm talking about.
You giving the nigga a participation medal. He ain't beat none of them. He
no,
fought him
no,
and got his
it's
ass
no-
whooped. He ain't beat none of them.
It's no medals. It's competition. It's when you know what competition is. That's just like the Chiefs playing the Redskins is not competition, but both of them are NFL teams.
That's true.
I'm gonna tell you like
Come on, man. Stop.
what's gonna happen is it don't matter at this point. I be feeling it doesn't matter who Bud fight.
Bud Crawford fought a bunch of.
It can never be that Bud just know how to make some fighters look mediocre.
Miss T, if that's the case, Delorme just got fucked up in the first round.
He's older and he's already been beat.
Bud knocked him out 7 years ago, Birdman. That was 7 years ago.
You said
7.
who?
Bud knocked him out 7 years ago. 7 years.
And like you
7
said,
years ago.
you just try to give Bud the credit of a fucking Kell Brook and fucking. And
Well, all
fucking,
that don't even
Boots
matter
just
no
knocked
more.
him out in
All we
fucking
looking
one
forward
round.
to is the Porter fight. Once he beat
Okay, if you want to go that route,
It's over with.
since you want to bring up Kell Brook, I was trying to leave that alone. Since
but
you
once
want to
he
go
beat
that
Porter-
route, it took Errol 11 rounds. Bud got him out of there in 4. Since you want to go that route,
Dog, they stopped that bullshit. Dog, y'all see the bullshit.
Oh,
Bucky
cut it
got
out.
hit with?
Cut it out. Cut it out.
He
Cut
wasn't
it
even
out.
hurt for real. The
Okay, then why the ref stop again?
I wish
why
I
the ref
could watch
stop
the
it?
Porter and Bud fight with you. I wish I could watch the fight with you. You got to do a show right after the fight.
That man was getting and listen, and that fight right there, Bud was getting tested. You see Bud eye?
What happened to Brook, man? What happened to Brook, man?
When
All right,
Cam
Brook lost, but he was testing the shit out.
Man, that was
Don't
a
matter what
beautiful
you was
shot.
doing.
That was a
It don't
beautiful
matter what
time
you was
shot
doing.
that Crawford caught him with too. Beautiful time
Who
shot.
won the fight? Who
Hey,
won the
that
fight,
was like a
Birdman?
hook. It was like it looked like a
hook
hook
jab.
jab.
Mhm.
It looked like a hook jab. That, that shit was
Okay,
And
so
that
we
shit
can't.
came out
We
of
really
nowhere. It
can't
was
talk shit,
perfectly
right?
timed and perfectly
man.
placed.
I don't really.
We
like
really
talking
can't talk shit,
about
right?
him.
But check this out. Kell
I
Brooks
just
said
want
after
to
the
see
fight.
him and Earl fight. For
Kell Brooks
everybody.
said after the fight he'd never been hit like that, no matter who he been in the ring with. That's what Kell Brooks said. Now we wasn't in there. He was.
But with
He
I see
said he
when-
had never in his career been hit like that.
yeah,
So let's take his word. I think his word be more than ours.
and Earl beat his ass up.
what Shelton is saying that from the horse's mouth, by that time he had a taste of Earl. And for the record, people, I like Earl Spence as a fighter. I can love Bud and like Earl too. I can do two things.
Exactly. I like Spence. Yeah, exactly.
I watched Earl Spence and Kell Brook. There was times when I thought Kell Brook was winning, but Earl don't got no quit in him. He a dog. He relentless. And Earl was like, nah, nigga, you gonna lay down before I lay down. And that's why he won that fight. But as Shelton said, if we gotta go by the person who fought them both, what did they say? He could have easily said, nah, Earl is much too dangerous. He said he gave the props to Bud. So you know,
but I just beat him, and dog, he didn't even he was outboxing the shit out, Bud. But I don't think he knew if he could take a shot or not. The man, hey dog, did y'all see the man at the weigh-ins? That man looking half dead, man.
what's Papa King?
Why we gotta keep making? We gonna keep making up. We gonna move the goalposts and make excuses, but that's
No,
fine.
I'm not
yo.
moving the goalposts. I'm
No,
saying that
no. Hey, brother,
No,
brother, that's
I'm
fine.
saying
That's
shit
fine.
that really happened. Y'all acting like I'm saying no.
And what I'm saying, is the man got knocked out. Is what all I'm saying. The man got in there, and the man got knocked out. The last 9 dudes that got in there, they got knocked out. So
Bug and Spence made him quit.
But see,
I'd rather get knocked out than the
J-Dub
motherfucker
said-
make me quit, man.
Mr. J-Dub said, who hit harder don't have nothing
Hey,
with
hey,
being
Knocked out is knocked out.
No. Everybody know y'all, Mr. Shelton and Coach.
yeah,
y'all
you rather get knocked out than take a beat. You right?
You rather get knocked out than quit. I ain't talking about taking a beating. I'm talking about quit.
Well, the
Get
man
down
had a
the side.
fractured orbital bone. What is he supposed to do?
No,
You can't fight
Get
with a
down
fractured
the-
orbital bone.
listen.
Who
Coach.
can?
Listen,
Name me
Mr.
somebody who can fight with a fractured orbital bone.
Listen, Mr. Shelton.
He's supposed to
Deep
quit.
down in your soul, you're a fighter.
This shit start.
If another man make you quit, you know how you gonna feel.
Well, how did he feel when he quit against When he quit against Triple G? He quit against Triple G.
Nah, he shouldn't even been in there with Triple G.
So that makes a difference.
Eddie
He got
Hearn.
in there.
Eddie Hearn.
Who signed the contract? Well, wait a minute. Hold on.
You want to know why he got in there?
Hold on. Who signed the contract? Kell
did.
Brook or Eddie Hearn? Who signed it?
He did. They tricked him.
So he should have been in there. He signed the contract.
He should have been fighting Jesse Vargas for his unification match. But they
How are
wasn't
we
trying
to
pay him.
decide? Who are we to decide what that man should have done? That man said he wanted that $5 million to go in there and fight Triple G. He signed
No,
the
they
contract.
was supposed-
If he signed the contract, he's supposed to be in there.
If they would have paid him his money to fight Jesse Vargas for his unification match, but they was paying Jesse Vargas more than him, and he was the #1 welterweight. Why not go up and take the bigger money?
So
But
he's supposed to be in there.
If that was if Kell Brook was my brother, we wouldn't have did it.
But he did it. That's what I'm saying.
But he did it.
They fight who is in front of them.
All
And
that's
Okay.
irrelevant, man. He finna fight Porter.
he could, yeah.
Yeah.
But
I mean,
Coach,
by using your logic, Birdman, then Mikey Garcia should never been in there with Errol Spence, right?
Oh man, he shouldn't. I mean, Mikey, the one said he saw something. He saw something after the fucking Lamont Peterson fight. What the fuck?
Kell Brooks said the same shit. Kell Brooks said the same shit. Kell Brooks said the same shit.
No, he didn't. Earl
Yeah, he
hunted
did. He
Kell
said, I
Brooks.
see something. I can beat that guy. He said
No,
that.
he didn't. Kell
Go
Brooks.
rewind. Go look at the video. Go look at the video for the build up to Kell Brooks Triple G. Kell Brooks said, I see something. I can beat that guy.
Man,
That's what he said. Mikey said the same shit. So I'm trying to use your logic. I'm trying to get it to your logic. That's what you said.
Mikey Garcia told us he saw something in Earl Spence that I didn't see. You didn't see that night. Because how the fuck can I see something when a motherfucker got beat up for the whole fucking fight?
I didn't see the shit either, but he said he saw it. It don't matter what I saw. He say he saw it.
But I'm saying
It don't matter what we saw. Kell Brooks say he saw it. So it doesn't matter what
back
we
and
think.
forth over the same shit, man. Porter is here. Porter is here in a few weeks, and we're gonna.
And he gonna get his ass whooped. You right, Coach. You right, Coach. And he gonna get his ass whooped. And then we gonna have another conversation.
All I want to hear from Batman is how bad that motherfucker is, how good he can fight. That's all I want to hear.
If he beat Porter, he a dog.
That's all we have to say right there. That's
all we gotta say right there.
That past shit, we can't go. We ain't coming to nothing on that.
But like I said, but him and Earl Spence, I'm still choosing Earl over him.
I ain't mad at you for that.
I ain't mad at
That's
you.
why I want to see that fight.
That's why we want to
That's
see
why I
it.
wanna see it.
Exactly. That's why we want to see it.
they gonna say
Now let's talk about this fight coming up that nobody's really excited about. This Canelo Plant fight, because I'm not really excited about that.
Oh, you not excited? I'm excited.
No, I'm not excited.
I'm excited that my man Caleb Plant about to shock the world.
I hope. Well,
So-
you know what? I wanted Charlo to do that.
to fight Canelo.
I want.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to fight. That's a big fight I wanted to see.
I hope Caleb Plant wins. I just don't know.
He is gonna win. Dog, listen, man. This is what I be telling people. When Canelo Alvarez fight tough competition, he looks more than everything.
He does. All the
He
top guys he fought, he does, but he still won.
Cause Triple G fight, he lost that first fight for real.
That could have went either way.
No, he lost that first fight. I agree with you, Batman. He lost the first fight. I had it scored 8-4 Triple G.
It could have went either way. I go along with that. I ain't mad if they say he won.
No, I ain't talking about the second. You talking about the second fight?
No, I'm talking about the first fight. The first fight I had scored 8-4 Triple G. I thought Triple G won the first fight. He got his ass whooped in the second fight. But in the first fight, he beat Canelo.
What I saw was Canelo beat him twice. I saw Canelo beat him backing up in the first fight, and then I saw Canelo beat him coming forward in the second fight. He just showed to me he was a better fighter than Triple G. That's what I saw.
I had him beating the first fight and losing the second.
He boxed him on the back foot in the first fight, and then he walked him down in the second fight.
Laura. He lost to Laura.
I had that too.
Laura, yes.
Yeah, I agree. He lost to Laura. I agree with that. He lost to Laura.
Won that fight.
He barely beat. Listen, he barely beat my
Jacobs.
What's the nigga name?
Jacobs.
His first test he ever fought.
Danny Jacobs.
Not Danny Jacobs.
Oh, you mean the Southpaw dude?
Yeah.
You talking about Trout. Austin Trout.
Austin Trout.
Yeah, it's going that far back.
He looked at average. He looked at
I think the knockdown got him to fight with Trout. The knockdown got him to fight.
But what he's saying is that fight was very competitive. He didn't look like no Superman in that fight.
Oh no, he didn't look like no Superman. No, you're right. He didn't look like no Superman. He didn't.
And now they keep on saying the puncher got to keep him off of him. Floyd Mayweather cannot fucking punch for real.
But Floyd got mastered a master of distance and timing, man. And that's Floyd the same. You put your hands in your pocket.
That's the same thing Caleb got to be a bigger man.
I believe he gonna go in there. He gonna start touching Caleb to the body, and by round 6, round 7, when Caleb slow up and ain't got them legs no more, he gonna have to sit in the pocket and stand there in front of Canelo And
Now
Canelo
go,
gonna get rid of him.
now go look at the Caleb Plant fight. He don't even move that much.
He gonna have to
But he
move.
does gas out. But he
does
does gas out.
and he gonna have
He
to
only
move with
gassed out
Canelo.
one time. He only gassed out one time.
Where did Canelo start touching that body?
And he still won mostly every round in the fight. That was Usyk.
Wait till he start touching that body.
So Uskataki and Canelo is the same guy, is what you're saying.
No,
Two
they not
different
the
levels.
same guy, but
Two different class.
I know Usyk hit harder than Canelo.
And I don't even know that dude.
I know Uskataki. He just got popped the
I don't know
PEDs.
who
They
that
just pulled,
is.
they just
But I
pulled
know
him out the
Canelo
Benavidez fight. He just
is on a
got
different
popped for
level.
steroids.
But I know naturally he hit harder than Canelo Alvarez.
Who Usyk?
Yeah.
But do
But
he
we
place
gonna
his
see.
punches? Do he place his punches like Canelo?
Nah, he don't place his punches like Canelo.
That make the big difference right there. That
and
placement, man.
dog, Canelo really don't place his punches unless somebody's sitting in front of him. Now let's go here. Now let's break Mr. Alvarez down. If it's not a fighter that sits in front of him, he don't know how to cut the ring off or place his punches.
But his body shots gonna make you sit in front of him because he's a hellacious body puncher.
Why he ain't make Lara sit in front of him?
Lord was too fast.
Caleb Plant
Lord
too
too
fast.
fast. He tried.
Caleb Plant faster than him.
He tried, and he done develop his body game too. He wasn't that. I can't take away from fucking Lara, man. Lara just outboxed the man, outclassed the man. That's
But
all
listen,
I can say.
He never
But
fought. That's why he won't fight Boo Boo Andre, because that type of style is an enigma to him.
Yeah, he said he's a horrible fighter.
Yeah, he ducked Boo Boo twice too. He ducked Boo Boo at 54 and 60.
Yeah.
So I can't
And
argue with
Charlo.
that.
And Charlo.
Yeah,
But
he
when
ducked them both. So
We get the chat. Birdman said Plant got a video on Ego where he was in the hood, young, beating up a bully. A good video came from nothing to something, but I got Plant in the Camelot fight. It's damn sure.
he got a
And then-
Camelot fight.
And then, like recently, now let's go to his other fights. He never gave nobody a fucking full training camp.
He don't do that.
And you know why he don't do that?
Why?
Because he fucking recycles off whatever the fuck he using.
True.
Yeah, he already been busted twice, so we know that
Yeah.
for a fact.
We know that for a fact.
He
You know that for a fact.
recycles off what he using, and 4 weeks, then try to get a 4-week drug test. That shit gone. But whatever he using it held up for 6 months. Come on, man. No, but now he got he had 11-week drug testing. No, he's gonna look regular in this fight. Watch it, and y'all gonna be like, damn,
Hey,
fuck.
stop doing that.
Well, if he ain't on the drugs, then that's something totally different.
Yeah, that's totally
That means
different.
we ain't getting ready to see the regular Canelo then.
Now let's go back with his career. He used to get tired,
He did.
but now
he
he don't
did.
get tired no more.
He did. Yeah, we talked about that already, T, on the show.
Yeah, he get real red.
Them drugs made him get some stamina.
Yeah, he get real red. He turned real red, and he gets tired.
That's his
But he
cur-
don't do that no more.
Yeah,
So if he come in there and he gas out, then I can see that. But if he come in with the regular Canelo we've been seeing the past 3-4 fights,
yeah.
Plant ass in trouble.
I can't say that because ain't none of them fighters got the one. None of them fighters, his three last fights was fucking good.
Now
Billy
they want some.
Joe Saunders was never good to me.
Now he will. I'm just looking at the way this man land his punches, cause you see him fight Floyd Mayweather. You know the man can box. Like we can't take nothing away from Canelo. Them drugs don't make him a good boxer. They might give him some stamina, a little bit of make him a little bit durability, but they ain't added to his skills. That man got skills, and his punch placement to the body is beautiful, man. He throws some beautiful uppercuts. His jab is snapping. I mean, he can box. We can't. I know y'all don't like Canelo. I don't like the motherfucker either. But I can't take nothing away from him. And the Plant coming in and can't stop him from touching his body, his ass is getting stopped.
But what if he can't? What if he can't get out the way of that jab? What if
Well,
he
that
can't?
changed everything. The jab is the best punch in boxing. If he can do that without getting counted with the overhand over the top, because Canelo will try to come over the top of that. Canelo got some tools, man,
He do, but
to
he got
take that jab away.
he got a wide
He
body.
don't
And
got tools to take the jab away,
he
and
know
the
he
way
ain't gonna run out of air. He know
the
he ain't
way
gonna get tired. So that make your whole mindset and what you trying to do differently. And you could be the opponent and you like, damn, nothing affects this dude. You know, he winning with that extra T. You know what I'm saying? And it's like hard to judge him. I think he all right. I'm with Batman and them. He can't box because when he get in there with boxers, he can't do nothing. But he got basic skills to me, but he got that extra help, and he got the face that's appeasing to the eye, so he gonna sell. I think he a big hype job.
Nah, I don't see that.
he listen, dog. If he cannot get you to sit in front of him,
Mm-hmm.
he's average.
Now that I agree with you, footwork is his kryptonite. Good footwork is his kryptonite. That's already the blueprint already there. Floor shows the blueprint. What's the do you just Laura shows the
Laura,
blueprint. You know, we've seen it already, but
Danny Jacobs showed you. It's
Danny
just
Jacobs shows the blueprint. He did the same thing with the footwork. So we know
Dan,
footwork is that.
it's just Danny ain't push in the later rounds.
But if you can't keep him off your body, you got problems. And I see that big long body with Plant getting touched.
What's
I don't
poppin'?
really see that. I see him getting touched. If he keep getting touched clean by Plant's jab and the right hand coming behind it, and he keep getting touched clean, he's not going to throw no body shots.
That will keep him off. If he can do that, that will keep him off. I agree with you.
And Caleb got a sneaky body hook joint, man. Man, Caleb sneaky, man. I keep watch, man.
You know what? I'm not gonna go against that. But if he can't keep Canelo off, in the first couple of rounds, if you start seeing Canelo touch that body, just go ahead and sit back and start sipping on your drink, man, because it's coming. You're gonna go ahead and see Plant ass getting ready to touch the canvas in a few rounds.
This man, he's the naturally bigger man. He been a naturally bigger man since he was a kid. Come on, man. Let's be real, man. He been fighting at light heavyweight since he was a kid.
Right. He's a big guy.
He been seeing guys with power. This is not the first man he's seen with power.
No, like I said, you never hear me say about his power though. It's that punch placement, man. He hit you in the right areas in your body that debilitates you, man.
But when he's getting touched, coach, when he's getting touched, his punch papers don't look like that.
Yeah, the jab keep you off balance. So I understand that. If Plant can come in there with that jab and keep him off balance, he can't control it because Mayweather did it. I mean, we see it done already. But I'm not sure Plant can do it.
Lara did it, made him miss horribly.
He did. We all agree to that.
Danny Jacobs made him look average.
He did. Every boxer make him look average.
He throwing shots wide.
And he throw fast. Thank you, Miss T. And that hook and that fake ass body shot, that shit be so wide, dog.
It does. He dipped real low with that motherfucking button, but when it connect, oh my God, it take the air out your ass, man. When they land.
But if you can catch and shoot an uppercut hook, man,
or straight down the middle.
Can Plant do that?
Yes, Plant can do that.
Well, Plant can do that. We're gonna see.
That's what he did with Usyk Cosby. You see, when he knocked the first knockdown to Usyk, he turned him, hit him with that hook brick. Pop, pop. Come on, man. I just see the shit, man, that Canelo, and Plant is bigger. If he uses weight and push Canelo around, Canelo not that strong, man. I don't care what people be saying. Oh, man, he keep fighting all these fucking European fighters.
He does.
Make him look too dominant.
We all know that. He does. He does keep doing that. But again, all I can say is if Plant can come in and do what you say, if he can come in there and use the jab and fight his game, fight his fight, then of course it's gonna be a problem. But if he can't keep my man off his body The fight ain't going the distance, cuz. It ain't going the distance.
I will keep him in the middle of the ring. I turn him, jab him, skip back, 1, 2, turn him, go back to the middle of the ring, jab to the body. Man, hey Slim, I can't wait, man.
I hope that happened, but like we just said also that Caleb got tired before too.
Man, he got tired in the Usyk Cosby fight, caught his second win and won all the rounds.
Canelo never get tired no more here lately.
No more. And we all know it's because of the drugs.
Advantage.
But you saying that they got it where he ain't taking no drugs in this fight.
Yeah, he had 11. He probably already took them. He had 11-week drug joint. Man,
so he should still be able to come in there with the effects of those drugs in the system. He already got the benefit of the drugs, is what you're saying.
Yeah, he already got the benefits. That's why he didn't want to fight in September.
Okay, then Caleb finna get his ass knocked out.
Hey, Batman. Huh? DJ said Batman giving the game plan away, ain't it? Hey, what y'all think about this past weekend fight? What went wrong with Jamal James? What went wrong?
Man, Jamal James never was impressive to me. He's just a long fighter. He can fight, but his frame, he can't take that shit, man.
You know, I was sitting here before y'all joined in. I said it was something off. I've always thought he was an awkward fighter, but it's his positioning of his body that be fucking me up. It's
that humpback.
Yeah, I said that too.
I said humpback.
I said that, and I said when he throw his punch, I want to say he's trying to take a picture, but I don't know if that's what he's doing. But he seemed like he always got his back to somebody, and then he be pushed. It's soft touches. And I used to watch him like, oh, this nigga gonna get his ass whipped. But then he win the fight, so I was becoming a fan, and I wanted him to win, but he didn't have no dog, and it was something off about him.
Man, the Russian had that dog.
Yeah, and dude was doing dirty tactics, but the ref didn't call it. I'm not saying it like, oh man, he cheated, but I think it's either gonna be Butaev or Stanionis gonna be left holding that belt. Ugas ain't keeping that belt because Ugas gonna face the same wrath when he get in there with Stanionis. What y'all think?
Nah, Ugas a better boxer than Jamal James. Ugas know his distance. Ugas beat Sean Porter for real, but you know it is what it is.
He did win that fight, but Pacquiao closed both his damn eyes.
Yeah, Pacquiao fast motherfucker, man.
Yeah, that hand speed matters. And this guy you talking about right now is just Jamal, dude. Like, he ain't impressed me at all.
My goodness. Did y'all get to see Darwin Price fight? Because I couldn't find it.
Nah, no. I couldn't.
I ain't see that.
Now, Shelton gone. I was supposed to cut him today because y'all know I'm a Keith Thurman fan. So I know y'all gonna have opinions on this. But I keep saying, and I want Keith to come on the show so bad because I want him to re-explain what he was thinking back in the day when Floyd was leaving the division or retiring and Keith was the man. I said that I can understand if a fighter has a goal and they looking forward at that goal. You don't want to stop what you're doing and going forward and go back and take care of business on the side or behind you. It's not. I wouldn't look at that fighter as, oh, you're scared or you're ducking. I think that you're trying to obtain your goal. And the reason why I don't get mad at Keith Thurman for doing that, I see why people say, because it looked like he was ducking Earl all those years. But I don't get mad at a fighter doing that because then what wind up happening? All the fighters who complain about it, they turn around and do it. And Boots had his weekend to enter into what I call the Keith Thurman zone. Because did y'all see the little clip of Blair Cobbs running up on Boots? And Boots said the one thing I wish he didn't say. He said, it's level to this. You ain't on the level, or you ain't on my level, or something to that.
Yeah, because he was saying that I spotted you in the gym and you ran out the ring when I started touching your ass up. And you ain't ready.
But if somebody call you out, it should Boost even entertain that, or just like you ain't on, because Boost got a one-track mind. Boost, as of the end of that fight, I think he did it earlier, but he definitely again put Terrence Crawford on notice. He put Earl on notice. He put whoever on notice. Keith Thurman, whoever. He was like, "Hey, y'all need to come see me. I'm ready."
Man, he telling Blair, last time I saw you, I spotted you. This shit real. I will hurt you.
Yeah, but should he fight him?
I mean, if he can't get the other fights, yeah. I mean, I spank him. If it was me, I spank him.
So if he don't fight him, what does that mean? Is that a duck on Boost's part? Is
Nah.
doing the same thing that Earl has done? Because Earl ain't paying attention to Boots, and Bud ain't paying attention to Boots.
Nah, Earl the only one saying something to Boots.
What'd he say?
He told him, man, you know, you hear a little pup, you will get your chance to fight me. I fight you.
So how you feel about that fight between Boots and Spence?
It's gonna be a good fight. Earl the dog, Shorty the more technical fighter. Earl just gonna have to stay in his chest. I know this much about Boots. Bud Crawford can't beat him. Because Bud Crawford's not gonna sell out. Listen, Bud, he's a better boxer than Bud. He's faster than Bud. Both of them can pop. But Bud is not gonna sell out, be all up in his chest. If Sean Porter can punch, he can beat Boots. But Sean Porter can't punch. Man, look, man. Gary Antoine Russell can beat Boots right now.
Yeah, you know, Gary beat him in the
I gotta go against that, man. I understand it's your brother, you're looking out for him, but I don't see that at all. My man, too fast and too big. He's a big welterweight.
Man, he was big in the amateurs.
He's a big welterweight. I can't see that.
Gary Antoine Russell was going to stand his chest, make his ass fight the whole night. Watch.
Hey, Coach G, Gary Antoine Russell beat him in the amateurs.
Okay, but you know, amateurs and the pros are two different games.
Man, they ain't had no headgears on at the time.
Two different games, different gloves, everything different. You're a little kid to a grown man. Everything different.
Gary Antoine Russell's defense better than Boots. It's more titles. He's going to be there. He's going to be close. He's going to make it a close. He's going to make it a close fight. It ain't going to be no distance fight. It ain't going to be nowhere as though Boots going to get to do all that shit and measure all that shit like he did with the Normay and all them other guys.
I don't see none of the welterweight fucking with Boots outside of Crawford. I think Spence is too flat-footed, and he stay in the pocket too long. And somebody like Boots and Crawford that get angles on you is a problem for somebody like Spence. They touch him up. I think they hit him and beat him up and close him up, close his eyes up and swell him up. And
he ain't gonna do that because Earl fights behind his gloves.
Yeah, but they can make him put his hands down because they touch him up and down. They go up and down, and he has holds. He gets hit. And that hand speed will be a huge problem for him.
Birdman said he in the wrong business. That James guy be too nice. Somebody said in the chat that my mic was low. Is it up now? Birdman said too tall to be fighting. Short, two-bag game plan.
You talking about the humpback dude?
Yeah.
James. Mr. J Dub said, Miss T, can you cut your mic up, son, please? Yeah, I'm just so y'all know, I've invested in the new whole system. It just ain't, it's gonna take about a week to get here. I think I broke this damn thing. So I'm trying, y'all. But that's what I'm saying. Boots have put everybody on notice. So going forward,
Earl the only one said something to him, Miss T.
But if I'm saying and doing is two different things. If we're gonna be mad at Keith Thurman, because Keith
Earl is hurt.
What Keith was doing to Earl is the same thing. Earl
Keith never ducked Earl. Nah. Keith never ducked Earl. Now I'm gonna break that down right now, man.
I didn't say he ducked him. I said what he was doing to Earl. What got Earl?
Well, he sure didn't want to fight him.
He came off an injury. He was coming off an injury. Why would I go into a fight? I mean,
fight, yeah, with an injury. But
He
I
went
don't
into a fight with Pacquiao with multiple injuries.
Oh man, that's money. That's different, coach.
I mean, you
That's
can't have it
different,
both
coach.
ways.
I wasn't gonna get $10 million fighting Earl Spence, coach.
You can't have it both ways.
at the time though.
I can't. I'm not.
Time,
This is
Keith
called.
Keith was the man
But
when Floyd left the division when he retired.
yes,
Earl
but
was not the man at the time. Keith was moving forward. It was Sean Porter and Garcia, who the other ones who had belts. Keith is well within his right to look eyes straight forward.
But when he came back, Earl was the man.
When he came back, yeah, Earl's the man. But what I'm saying, I don't think that Keith ducked Earl. I don't think that Keith did nothing, detrimental to Earl or anything. But I know Earl don't like him, and I know that
he think he corny, and
but is it Terrence and Earl doing the same thing to Boots?
Not for real. They not.
How about what
doing the
Earl is
same
doing
thing?
to Crawford? Why he ain't fighting Crawford? Crawford told him to take his panties off.
Who?
He told Earl Spence that before Earl had the accident. Like the week or two before he had the accident.
And Earl told him 60-40. And your man acting like he's bigger than Earl Spence. He's not.
I do remember when he came out with the 60-40. I do remember when they said that.
And he talking about, no, it's going to be 60-40 my way. How? Because he say, I got the most accomplishments.
He is the most accomplished, but it don't work
He
like
don't
that.
sell.
It don't work like that.
That shit don't, I mean.
Yeah, you got to pack them seats and sell tickets.
Yeah, I'll agree. But I see them doing the same thing, and Boots have now entered into that zone because it's exactly what he sound like he's saying to Blair. I'm not mad at Blair for running up on Boots, and I'm not mad at Boots for saying
and then that Blair shit was bullshit, Miss T.
Huh?
That Blair shit was bullshit. You can tell when Blair first give him the handshake, and when he see the camera, that's when he started getting hyped up.
You think it was just
marketing, self-promoting?
Yeah.
I'm telling them boys don't want to Boots. Boots is bad news for your career.
High risk, low reward, right?
Yeah, he's bad news for your career. If you don't want to be a highlight reel, knockout highlight reel on Boots, little commercial shit they be doing. You don't want to be that.
So was this weekend fight? Was it entertaining? Because that little kid I watched with interest, Rivera. What y'all think about him? The one who think he's reincarnated as Ali or something. He kind of look like him a little bit.
I've been seeing write-ups about him in videos. I have not caught him fighting yet. He got a little afro like Ali, the white trunks.
Yeah, he was on the card. He was on the.
I didn't see it.
It was the first fight on the card.
I didn't see the first. Yeah, fight. I'm gonna go back and look at it.
Yeah, he was all right. This is what I would say. He was getting hit too much. The more to the story of these, like Jamal James, even Boots getting caught with them couple of shots, and Rivera, all three of them got hit way too much than what they should have.
Boots only got caught a couple of times. That was because he was rushing it. That's all. He was rushing it, and he knew it. That's why he went back to his corner. He was like, "Damn, I shouldn't have got hit with that. That was some stupid shit I got hit with. I need to slow down." And he will. That shit come with time, man. It come with time. He'll slow down and start picking his shots more, get the guy hurt, and be more intelligent when going to finish him off. He'll stop that shit.
Because when he got hit, the first thing I said, if that was Earl, night.
I don't think Earl hit that hard though, because he couldn't hurt Mikey.
He ain't try to hurt Mikey, coach.
I think he tried to knock Mikey ass out in the first couple of rounds and then realized he couldn't. And then he started talking, I'm gonna box him then. This motherfucker ain't going nowhere.
I said again, coach, for the people in the back.
He said he ain't going nowhere. I'm gonna be smart about it. I can't knock this little Mexican out. So I'm gonna sit here and just box him so I don't look bad.
No, coach. He ain't started. He only went one round real hard on Mikey. That was the 9th round. Other than that, he just outboxed Mikey.
Now, hold on, T. Okay. If that was Crawford fighting Mikey Garcia, how you think that fight would have went? The same Mikey Garcia that Spence fought. What do you think it would be if you replaced Spence with Crawford?
I don't know. I gotta see.
Oh, I think you know. I think you know. You know too much about boxing, bro. You know how that fight would have went.
Mikey probably can beat.
Crawford would have slept that fool, man.
No damn way, Batman.
Crawford would have slept him. Crawford would have put his
No.
ass to sleep. And you know,
Crawford does not have a chin. I'm trying to tell y'all. Wait till you get.
Because he
Wait.
got hurt one time.
No,
All of them
man.
get hurt.
Spence been hurt too.
Mhm.
Spence been
No.
hurt. They all get hurt. Everybody get hurt in
Ain't
boxing.
got a stomach.
Until you put that man down and out, everybody get hurt in boxing. I don't
No,
care who you are.
that man has no chin. Wait till you get in there with one of these heavy hitters that can really punch and really know what they doing when they trying to stop you. He's going to get stopped. I'm
Now,
trying
I'ma
to tell
bring this
y'all,
guy
and
up.
then when it happened, please don't say Batman was right.
We can walk it back, Batman. But I'm gonna bring this guy up at a risk. Because Mean Machine, I know y'all don't think much of him, but Mean Machine for a couple of rounds is mean. He's a bad motherfucker. His problem is stamina. But
He got beat by 18.
hard.
He got beat by a nigga that don't even got defense, man. Come on,
You
man.
talking about Virgil Ortiz, but
Yes,
he hurt Virgil. He
he
don't
hurt
have
him.
stamina. He doesn't have stamina.
But Mean Machine ain't got no big name of professional. But if you look at his pedigree, if you look at his accomplishments, that man know the hell he's doing. He's a well-schooled fighter. He's not no piece of shit ass bum. He just don't have no big name.
He
That man
lost to
can
Ray
fight.
Robinson. They gifted him. Come on, man. I go down his resume too. He lost to Ray Robinson for real.
Yeah, but didn't they say that's the guy that Bud avoided, which I don't think is true, but
Yes, but he beat Ray Robinson, beat Bud up in the amateurs.
Y'all keep going these amateurs, man.
But no,
we done left that.
Listen, coach. That shit means something. Some of these guys know they cannot outbox some of these guys when they turn pro. That's why they stay away from them.
I understand that, and I've seen that, and I've also seen it go the opposite direction too. The guys lost in the amateurs, and they come to the pros, and it's a total different game. They get their ass wore out.
Yeah, they get their ass wore out. But some of the guys who competed against some of the guys don't go that route because they know they're the struggle that way.
Yeah, I understand that. But I don't see that in Crawford. I think Crawford won't smoke.
Now let's go with what's my man name? God damn, Mosley. Mosley could never beat Whitcomb in the amateurs or pro.
Burning Forest.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was he couldn't. But the Shane didn't duck him though.
Nah, Shane ain't duck him.
Shane went straight to his ass twice, back to back.
But Shane the cold man.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But that ain't the case with them.
Yeah, we just.
And when Robinson called him out, he ain't want to fight Robinson. Robinson beat Mean Machine for real, but they gave Mean Machine the shot with Terrence Crawford because they
Robinson offered, but I will agree
because they was fighting for the eliminator.
But Bud is focused on what he focused on.
Listen, they was fighting for the eliminator, Miss T. They was fighting for the eliminator. They called it a draw, but they also gifted Mean Machine the fight with Terrence Crawford.
But you can't blame Bud for that. Bud had nothing to do with that.
I ain't blaming Bud for that.
Yeah, Bud is fighting the man they put in front of him, and Bud want titles. He want legacy. He's after unifying them belts. We know that because he already did it. He did it and then moved up to the next division and immediately started challenging all the title holders.
Listen. Go look at them guys' resumes, man.
Hey, but that's who was in the division at the time, though. I mean, they said the same thing about Mike Tyson, so he ain't fought nobody. But...
Oh, nah, Mike Tyson ain't fight nobody. Every Mike Tyson big fight, he lost.
Yeah, but when he held those belts, when he went around collecting those belts and unified those belts, those were the champions at that time.
I mean, at the time, man, it wasn't nobody there that was good competition. But when good competition came, he lost.
But another thing with Tyson, though, when he lost, he wasn't Tyson no more. His coaches died. He was doing drugs. He wasn't training. So all that shit went out the window when it comes to Mike. But Mike's a different story. But Terrence Crawford, man, all I want to know is when he fight Porter, please come back on the show. If he right, if Porter do it, hey, I'll sit here, I'll be humble, man. I'll tell you, hey, that was not the way I saw that fight going. But if Bud Crawford beats his ass, all I want to hear y'all say is that's a cold motherfucker, man. Bud Crawford is the truth, and Spence better be wary.
Don't say that Porter was.
Spence is not going.
this way
I
out.
mean,
None of
both
that
of them. I mean, Spencer's not gonna be worried because what I see in Spencer's more dog than Sean Porter and Turns Bush.
I hear you, but if Crawford come in there and beat the shit out of
I'm gonna give
Porter,
him his total respect.
no, I'm talking about. But if he come in and he knock him out, trust me, Spence is gonna lose some sleep over that shit. Cause he know what to fight for the game.
Earl said he ain't even trained for Sean Porter.
Oh man, you believe that?
It's on Barbershop Count.
Who going in the ring with Sean Porter and don't train? Who going in the ring with Sean Porter and don't train? That's bullshit.
It's on Barbershop Conversations when he called in.
Yeah.
I don't doubt he said it, but you ain't going to the ring with Sean Porter, Showtime, and not train your ass off.
Nah, cause he got big headed, man. You know that all that money got to him, man. He's run around Dallas, all that money.
If you don't train for nobody else, you're gonna train for Showtime, ass.
Yeah.
He said
that's a live pit bull in the corner, man.
He said he ain't do nothing. He said he every time the cameras come on, that's when he fake do his little sit-up routine.
I don't believe that shit. He's trying to justify why that fight was so tough. But anybody who know boxing know that man had to be in shape because not Porter would have bulldog him and beat the shit out of him and quit. He would have stopped him.
Look, Sean Porter, this is what I would give him. If you are not conditioned in any kind of way, you don't have no endurance, you need not ever get in the ring.
He gonna bulldog your ass. Yes.
For anybody who's fighting him, I have to take Earl at his word. But my common sense says anybody who's fighting Sean Porter is gonna make sure that
you're gonna train the hardest you ever damn train to get there with him.
Yeah, but like I said, I'll take Earl at his word because Earl never lied. He never lied to nothing he said he was gonna do.
Yeah, Earl.
Well, he lied that time. That was the first lie he told.
Look, I said I take him at his word, but I have to do the common sense thing. It's like, who you gonna believe? Your lying eyes or me? Because
then he said he was 75 to 70% fighting Danny Garcia.
I would believe that he wasn't 100%. I could take that.
But that's following an accident, so I believe that.
Yeah, I believe that cold-heartedly. But I don't believe that he didn't do.
And he made at a 75%, and he made Danny Garcia look like garbage.
Well, that fight really wasn't. He really looked that good in that fight to me.
Who?
Spence. He looked like he was rusty. He looked like he was had rust on him, man. And I contributed to the accident and the time off.
And
he didn't look sharp.
And he still beat the shit out of Danny Garcia.
He still beat him. But who did Danny beat at welterweight?
Danny had tough fights. Danny didn't get blown.
That's even more of an excuse. I'm saying because Danny had a lot of hard fights. He got a lot of wear and tear on him, man. He got a lot of motherfuckers who done beat the shit out of him. Well, most of his fights take an ass whipping.
That's just like Sean Porter had tough fights with Keith Thurman, Danny Garcia. Danny Garcia had tough fights with Keith Thurman, Sean Porter.
But Danny Garcia ain't built like Porter, man. Danny Garcia ain't built like Porter. Porter can take more of that shit.
He about to see it. He about to move up to 154.
That fight with him and Earl.
He about to move up to 154.
More than Garcia.
Who? Porter?
Nah, Danny.
Oh, man, he finna really get his ass whipped now.
No, y'all check it out. When he fought Errol Spence, I'm talking about Danny. Was it more that Danny didn't perform to the level that he normally do? Because I was seeing that too. I'm not taking nothing away from
he got a lot of wear and tear, man.
Man, it was Earl. Earl had that jab on his ass. Earl made him think about his distance. He couldn't get his hook off. Man.
Oh, Earl put it on him.
But you still got to add in that wear and tear from all them ass whippers that Danny has taken over the past 5 years.
Dog, the man should put that man. You saw what happened to that boy?
Ooh.
Did you see what happened to Earl Spence?
Yeah. I seen that.
He got slung out of a fucking car and hit concrete.
I know.
That's
why I put it on too. I said that's why I said the accident and the time off. That's why I said he didn't look that good to me. And then also you got the fact in Danny Garcia has got a lot of wear and tear him too. Like he been in them car accident. Cause look at how he come out of a lot of those fights. He took a lot of ass whippings, man. A lot of ass whippings.
Coach, which one of the worst is, Coach?
I know it's one of the worst.
And that man came back and beat that man ass like that man ain't never leave.
All I'm saying is they
Earl
both had wear and tear.
Earl a straight dog now, but I do think
Earl the only nigga that he talking about he don't want no tune-ups.
Yeah, I respect him for that. I respect him more when he fight Crawford though.
His injury, let me tell you about the injuries from the neck up, and I'm speaking from experience. If you have an eye injury or them ear injuries like Deontay got, them shits take a long time to heal. I don't care what nobody say, because I've had them both. They do not heal as fast as people think. This is why I advocated that Earl, they go back to at least next summer, because if he get in the ring, people gonna be gunning for the eye, and I don't think they should fuck with him with the belts. Let that man rest. Let that man heal properly as much as he can, because I don't think a year is enough time. But that's me, and people will be like, Miss T, maybe that's the mama in you. Maybe you just like let the man heal. But I don't want Earl to come back and get damaged more and never live up to what he say he wants to be. Like go to 147 and go to 154. Because them eye injuries, they take forever to heal. Ear injuries take forever to heal. I don't care what the doctor say. They take forever to heal. They just don't go overnight. But that's the plight that he has to face. That's gonna be his journey. And I commend him. He a straight dog. Earl ain't backing down for nobody. He's like, I want all the smoke.
Hey,
T. Get healed properly.
I'm sorry. I gotta go.
All right.
I'm looking at this clock, man. I'll be on here at 3 o'clock in the morning talking to y'all.
Right?
All right, cool. Hey, it was good talking. Batman, you gotta come back, man.
All right, I be popping up on Miss T joint.
All right. Y'all have a good night.
Before you go, tell everybody how to find you on Instagram or something. Or your social media.
Man, I have Instagram. I can't even tell you. I don't even be using that shit. But I have Facebook.
Well, we don't have Facebook, but
yeah, that's all I can tell you right now. I'm gonna have to update. I don't have time. I'm gonna have to update all that stuff and come back and let you know. Cause right now, I don't have anything I can tell you.
Next time you come out, just in your spare time, update your Instagram. That way, you and all these guys can be connected. And then
I will. I'll be more prepared. I didn't know you was gonna do that.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah, I appreciate it though, T.
All right,
I'll let you. And I'll see y'all next time. All right.
All right, cool.
All right.
That man, I love you. I love to get you on here. I have so much fun when you come on here. Thank you for coming on. And yeah, we all can have opinions, and we don't mean no harm or disrespect people. Like,
no,
people got their favorite fighters, and we got ours. If we wrong, we wrong. I can stand up and say I'm wrong. I don't mind.
Yeah, it's boxing. So you know what I'm saying. At the end of the day, I'll be like, I like talking the shit, but they just gotta get in the ring and prove it.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. And I can have my favorite fighter, which is the king is Deontay. Y'all know ain't nobody over him. But the next in line would be Bud Crawford all day, every day. I got him beating everybody that y'all mentioned today. But I also like Earl Spence, and not just a lot.
Go. When you go look at your man tape, and you tell me what you see.
I just think he's a more complete fighter.
No, he had a problem with Jose. He had a problem with a one-legged Jose Benavidez. If Benavidez was healthy, I got Benavidez probably would have took over that fight.
See, I like a lot of times people like to look at the other fighter, and I get that, but I just look at what the fighter does in the ring. Because sometimes it can be that a fighter can make another fighter look mediocre, and that's how I feel about Bud. I could be wrong, but that's what I'm seeing. Because when I watch Bud fight, I see him digging his bag of tricks and pull out a lot of different stuff. I don't see that with other fighters.
But he don't fight dog fighters. If you ever seen two dogs, both of them special, but that shit don't work. their gifts don't work, so they gotta bite down.
Mhm.
He never fought none of that.
See, and like people like Jeff Horn, even though people would say he mediocre, I think he's a rugged fighter, kind of similar, not all the way to Sean Porter. He's like a wrestler sort of. He put his weight on you, and Bud handled him.
But
They said
he's
it's gonna be a test with Victor Postol, but that's
Victor Post. I want no test. Come on, man. All right, he beat
that's
my.
I'm just going by what they said.
Now you going by what the media say.
Mhm.
Now, Miss T, now
Mhm.
go and start doing your homework on the fighters, and you gonna be like, man, they said that about him.
But
If Victor, all right, Victor Postile was all this, he didn't get stopped by Bud. When Bud beat him, he went on and never he lost to a Josh Taylor that had 14 fights. Come on, man.
Taylor can box. He can
All
box.
right, but they keep on saying, all right, he had 14 fights, but he's supposed to be this great.
But I do my homework. I looked at Postal fights before. They was hyping them up. See, I
That's
sit
what I'm
back, I
telling.
don't hype nobody up. I just look at them and then I'll decide. Like, I see something like Virgil Ortiz. They hyping them up, right? But I don't think he a great fighter. I think he relentless. I think he got power, and I think he young. That's all I see.
That's all you see.
Mhm.
And they hype Post all up. Bell, go to Indongo. Indongo for all bums to get the belts.
But he had the belts.
He fought bums.
And see, that doesn't matter to me. If I want to be undisputed, I got to go who has the belts.
I understand that, but it still is a knock on your resume. It's still a knock on you ain't fight nobody.
You know why it's not a knock? Because there was no other way to go around that. He had the belts.
All right, but when you going to fight somebody, Bow, now
No,
you let
no.
Bob Erm, you instead of getting Danny Garcia, he get the guy Danny Garcia knocked out.
Well, that's what Coach G
And
was saying. We gonna see November 20th. Let me get these chats. Birdman said, y'all keep forgetting that Spence ain't fought his own fight in a while either. He will fight your way, or if he fights his way, he gonna punish you. And he didn't even train for Porter, Mikey, or Danny. See, I don't like when people say that, but like when they say I didn't even train for him or whatever.
that's what he said.
But yeah, I mean, yes. I don't know that to be fact. That's what Birdman said. He said,
He
um,
said, this is what he said, Miss T. He said, once he say back then when I got on my hiatus, got that money, I wasn't training for them niggas. I was just going there being me. He even got rid of Blu-ray because that shit was too hard. He got rid of Blu-ray. Come on, Miss T. But now he say,
I don't have nothing bad to say about Earl, nothing.
yeah,
But I got turns.
but now when he say you on top of his game, he ain't gonna do that no more because he just, his life, his future went past his face.
Yeah, that car accident was terrible, and thank God he's still with us and everything. And you live and you learn. I always say when you know better, you do better. But Birdman also said, look at Spence that was putting out niggas to the body. When he got that money, he didn't stay in the gym. It showed. And you said even Blu-ray say he didn't like the condition. And then you also said, look at the Spence that beat Lamont Peterson. And I love Lamont, but he did beat him. And he said, man down this way, good ass show tonight. Thank you, Birdman. And
Thanks, Birdman.
the bid got exposed with that one leg guy. You met Bud got exposed with that one leg guy. That's when I fell off on him.
When Jose
Davis is a
Benavidez.
fighter. You know what? We about to see that though. Because even though David lost his opponent, I think they
Man,
gonna put somebody in there.
no, they put David, who they David too. I forgot. They
Tyron Davis or something.
yeah, they already got his replacement. His brother's still on the undercard.
Right. So we're gonna see because he should be well healed. We're gonna see what type of boxer he is. I do take that in consideration that it took him a long time, but I think Jose Benavidez is actually a good fighter. I'm not, selling the house over that. but I just think he a good fighter. And if he had an injury, I can understand. But we passed the 3-hour mark. Batman, I love it when you come in and come. You know, I just love it. And every time I this is why I like some people when y'all come in Shelton too. I put that link in the chat because I be like, I hope y'all see it as soon as y'all come in. And y'all know y'all can come in here anytime. Open door policy. And remember, you guys, when you know better, you do what? You do better. So, Batman, until we see you again, Coach G, you know, he's real busy. He'll come in when he can. Most of the time he training. And he really do be training these young guys um who need something to do. You know, he's a very positive guy and he knows what he's talking about. So shout out to Coach G, shout out to Batman, shout out to Mr. Garrett Russell Jr. I hope they say yes. Say yes. But and shout out to the other Gary Russell Jr.'s that's fighting this month. November is gonna be a hot month. Y'all can't miss it. Some of it's free, some of you gotta pay. I'm paying for the Crawford Bud fight. I mean Crawford Porter fight. I may pay for the Caleb fight. The rest of the stuff I think is free TV.
Yeah, all of it else is free TV until you get the Tank.
Listen, if Tank gets JoJo, I'm not watching him.
Nah, they talking about the guy you like. What's his name?
Cruz.
Yeah, Cruz.
You know when y'all look him up, put the name Gonzalez on the back. I always call him Isaac Cruz because you know the way the Spanish people do that name, that is his first and last name. But that Cruz is when you talk about Spanish folks, it's in the middle. Gonzalez, you know, but his whole name is Isaac Cruz Gonzalez. If you look him up, he a pit bull.
Yeah, because if you put in Isaac Cruz, a lot of people pop up.
Yeah, but and you know he's the mandatory if Kambosa back out of the TO fight.
TO fight.
The mandatory for TO.
Yeah, but he bought the fight Tank.
Well, if he fights, I'm looking at that shit for sure. But y'all say positive. Good talk. Good talk. Just because we disagree don't mean nothing. I still got love for all of y'all. Even when y'all said, Miss T, you don't know what the hell you talking about. I'd be like, I know you bullshitting, but continue. Anyway, when we know better, we do better. And I'll see y'all tomorrow. Peace.
All right, dude.